Griffin, say something. Look up, Marlon. Say cheese.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Kyle and KZ.
More people get their voice out there, then I think they'll realize like we're all the same, really.
KZ decided, let's do it. Took the bait, so here we
Veteran Chat Project.
where it's encouraged to not be okay all the time.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle,
And KZ,
and we are the Veteran Chat Project, and we are also joined in studio by our first in studio guest. My little man is here, Griffin Turner. First podcast episode. Say what's up, guys. Say hi.
hi. Heck yeah. Oh, this is gonna be a fun one, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. Also, we got, as promised, Chad Croat from Apex Animal House here. He's also gonna was in the army with KZ and I. Sorry, I'm getting a little. KZ, you want to start?
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Kyle.
Hey, what's up, everybody? That was Griffin. He's my new producer. We're working some things out.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, so we got Chad Croat in the house here from Apex Animal House over there in Colorado. Yeah, he served with us in heavy company for a stint there back in, I want to say, was it from like 08 to like 10 or 11
October class.
around that time frame. Yeah, you two, both of you went to basic training together, right? Or OSIT together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Old Knox.
Yeah. So how you been, man?
Been good, brother. Been good, man. Working, staying busy. You know what I'm saying? Only thing we can do.
That's what's up, dude. Yeah, glad to have you on, dude. We've had I've talked about you. Well, I think. Yeah, your ears. I wonder if your ears were buzzing because I was talking about you last Friday. Because I mean, I'll get into this right now. It just because like, we'll have you share your story here in just a minute about what you went through in the army and stuff. But with like what you did in the army, and then like I've been watching a bunch of because I'm a lazy piece of shit, so I watch a lot of TV. So like I've been watching all these like sports documentaries and shit, and like. all different types of sports, but what I've noticed like I've like tennis players, CrossFit athletes, whatever, and then football, baseball documentaries I've been watching, golf, like they all have the same kind of mindset, right? Of just like what things that have to be done in order to be successful. And like I don't know why, but the question was like, I wonder if that's the same kind of mindset that like operators have, you know what I'm saying? And I feel and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's like the same.
No, 100%, man. I think athletes and operators are one and the same. There's a very, you're not an operator unless you're an athlete. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, you're the highest level of athlete. As an operator,
For sure.
So yeah, 100%, man. If you are an athlete, and everything that applies to athletes applies to operators. If you're not into it 100% and willing to give in time that other people won't give in, put in the extra work that others won't, then you're not going to get where you need to go,
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, cool. So I was right. Yeah, just because to be, completely honest, I think you and one other person, I think are the only two people I've ever known personally that have like dealt in that space, and that's a space I don't wish to know. So like, so yeah, so I was just watching. I was like, that's like, it has to be the same, just because like, it's just so weird that like, when you, like tennis and football, completely like two separate sports, but then I'm watching how they talk about how they prepare for the game, and it's almost exactly the same. It's like I wonder what like it has to be the same mindset for operators too.
Yeah, your focus has to be 100% on what the next mission is, obviously. Or the next game, whatever it is, you are honing in everything you specialize, everything you've worked on, put together, is focusing that point to knock out whatever the mission is, the game is, whatever it is. So obviously, like I said, you got to hone in everything you put together, and work it as an individual athlete. Obviously, be able to kind of assess those things and throw them into play.
Hell yeah, dude!
It's like giving yourself up to something bigger than yourself on like a way another level too. From what I feel about it anyway.
Yeah. So let's back up a little bit. Like, so what was your if you don't mind just highlighting impressive Army career? Like, what was that? You know, take us through that if you don't mind.
Yeah, man. So obviously, I met you guys in 08, Kyle. Casey probably closer to 09, maybe.
Yeah.
He got the unit, went straight over to deployed, did that small stint, came back, and I went straight. Well, there's probably about 9 months later, I ended up, went to selection. I got picked up, went through the course. I did 2.5 years there. A lot of stuff. The course was just not. It was not an easy route for me. Like a lot of cats had it.
Yeah.
I had a lot of hiccups. A lot of stuff went down in the course, and I was a month away from graduation, and I actually V-dubbed. I just couldn't. I just wasn't feeling what was happening there. I didn't really get along with the cadre. Just things were just not the right way, and I felt like I needed to stop where I was at and go somewhere else and try something else. Maybe come back later, possibly.
Yeah.
So left the Q course. Ended up over here at Carson. Hung out here for a while. Deployed a little bit. Was on GRF. Did some quick reaction stuff. For attached to the 82nd.
Yeah.
Armor crew. Then I went to Ranger School. I knocked that out. Came back home. Back here to Carson, obviously. 4th ID. I switched over to infantry. Obviously, with a Ranger tab, you can just switch over. That you don't have to, do any kind of assessment or anything, or any kind of like if you're AIT or anything. It's just automatic.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah. So once you're tabbed, dude, it's automatic. They'll give you infantry. So they wouldn't let me leave as a tanker as an armor NCO. There was not enough of us at the time, so they weren't going to let anybody go anywhere. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to RASP. So I got a RASP contract, signed for RASP 2. At that point, man, I was pretty mentally broken with the military. That was my 9-year mark. RASP for me was kind of a get out kind of thing. I just need to get away from this place and do something more high speed. Unfortunately, I was kind of mentally deteriorated at that point.
Yeah.
Drinking a lot, messing around, and I got a second DUI. And I was kind of given the option. Like I said, I luckily had a good record in the military. I did a lot of good stuff, didn't get any real trouble. So I was kind of given the option, hey, man, do you want to fight this thing and stay in, or are you just ready to go home? And I chose to go home, man. I was done. So no UCMJ, didn't get in trouble or anything, didn't lose rank or anything. They just pretty much gave me the option to leave. So
nice.
Kind of how it went, man. So pretty rough on that spot, but in between that, I had a pretty fun military career, got a lot of good action, but obviously a lot of that fun stuff takes its tolls after a while. So,
for sure.
I just had a quick question. I mean, how did that feel, dude? Like that day you got out. I know how it felt for me when I got out. We've talked about it, how it kind of like for him, but I mean, it seems like we've all kind of gotten out on different circumstances, obviously. But like, take us through kind of like what you were thinking that day. Get sitting there, fresh out, like, oh shit.
Brother, I was lost, man. I was in a really, really bad place when I got out of the military. I had no idea where I was going. Like I said, this was my second DUI, so I didn't have a driver's license. I just had a son, which I really wasn't. It was kind of unexpected kind of situation.
Yeah.
So I lost the career, didn't have a driver's license, just had this kid, had to serve jail time. I was trying to go to school, and the thing is, I had to serve a 30-day stint for the second DUI. So I ended up the first month of school was the first month I had to do in jail.
Oh shit,
so
dude!
I hadn't been to school in a long time already, so kind of had a bad pace, bad start. School just didn't work that well. It was rough, man. It was really rough, and it only got worse after that, to be honest. So,
good God,
it only got worse after that, man. So, it's been a long road, man. Like I said, getting out was really tough, especially. I know a lot of guys deal with the same kind of stuff, man. It's kind of hard to keep yourself up and drag yourself out of the shit, dude. But
yeah, it's really hard for people to find that purpose. Like that drive, like what, that what's next. And it's even, it's funny you talked about professional athletes earlier. I often think about that. I was watching just randomly today, I was watching that Special Forces show on Hulu. I don't know what channel it's on, but Mike Piazza's on it. And it's like all these celebrities doing like this SF challenge. That's like from these 4
I think I've heard of that.
rated SF dudes
Yeah,
all around the world.
Yeah.
I wasn't really paying much attention to it, but like Mike Piazza started talking, and he was like basically flat out like, once I took the uniform off, I didn't know, like obviously the baseball uniform, he didn't know what the fuck he was gonna do with the rest of his life. Like I spent my whole life in your situation training, wanting to be in the military, going to the military, training to be at that highest level, and then just being like, man, like it's really just not. Either it's not for me, or it's not what it was cracked out to be, or just it's not for everyone, you know, in that situation too. Not like it's like I don't know. Sometimes it can wear on you pretty quick. Like 9 years in the military can really feel like 30.
That's
years.
a long time, dude.
It is, man. It is a long time when you put it in perspective, especially when you're there, you know.
Yeah, like that's that's a and like.
No, it's not cool.
Well, like a lot of people will say, like, you know, you do 9 years, like, oh, it's not a big deal. Then imagine that you still have 9+ more years left.
Yeah,
It's a long time, dude. Like, it's a long time to commit to something, and then when you're at 10 years, and they're like, hey, man, well, you almost got it. You're halfway through.
Yeah,
Brother, that 10 years seems like the longest 10 years it's ever going to be. You know, that's a long time.
you picked up so much fucking weight, like
Dude.
emotionally, you know, so much emotional baggage to the Army in those first 10 years that you're like, I don't know. Them next 10 look like they're 40.
I gotta be honest, man. You got to see a lot of unless you're in a non-combat job and you're just skating through those 20. I'm not saying skating, but like
Right.
yeah,
20 years, and you didn't have a lot of pushback, a ton of stress. It was a good career for you. That's one thing, man. But a lot of guys, combat guys especially, you hit 10 years, brother. I don't know if I can do 10 more years. And the thing is, the guys that do 10 more years, bro, you look at those guys' eyes after 20, man. They're done,
I see those eyes
You know
at
what I'm
work,
saying?
dude. I see those eyes at work, especially when I travel up to Fayetteville, where Fort Bragg's at, and I got all these all these operators that have served over 15, and they're being med boarded out, and like, dude, they're young cats, man. They're younger than I am, and when I got out, and you can just see in their you can just see in their eyes, they're like, I'm 25, but in here I'm like 65. Like, and I read like the list of what they're being seen for, all the claims, and they deserve all of it. But like I'm reading it to the doc, and it's just like this, pretty much every joint accessible, they're being seen for. You know what I'm saying? Well, these guys jump out of airplanes or whatever. It's like, how old are you? 25. Like, fuck, dude. Your paperwork looks like you're 65, bro.
Dude, for real, man.
That's funny. I was just talking to Mackenzie about that yesterday. He was like, man, they were going through my paperwork because he just got out he's going through getting out right now.
Oh, yeah.
After his full 20. And he was like, bro, they're like looking at my body and all my records. They're like, you have the body of like a 65-year-old man. Here's your 20 years. It's like, here's your shiny gold watch. Get the fuck out,
Oh, yeah. We
Your emotional damage.
this
For real.
I will like well, I'll get started on it. So like, today's episode is pretty much, we try to highlight something at least once a week, like a topic, and this week's topic is to stay mission focused, and like what you have to do, and hopefully, our goal here at VCP, at Veteran Chat Project, is if we can help one veteran or one transition soldier, airman, Marine, whatever, then the goal is complete, right? But like staying mission focused, like where you're at now, and then where you were when you got out. Like, did you expect yourself was this the goal?
Well, like I said, man, like when I got out, things were pretty bad at the point.
Yeah.
And they only got worse, man. Things got way worse after that. And like, I don't really know situationally wise how I stuck with a lot of the shit. A lot of cats, I don't know if would handle it the same way.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's just soldiering out, right? Just kind of being, just kind of knowing that, like, if I decide to quit or if I decide to give up, who do I leave behind? Do you have, my son? If I just quit now, then what happens to him? You know what I'm saying? If I just decide to leave this, what will my family think of me? What are people going to think that if I just fucking give up on life, man?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of cats. It's really easy to do that. When you get out, you're in a bad place, man. If you don't have a lot of support, obviously moved around for many years, and your family's not close to you anymore as much, and you get into a bad spot now, man. It can be really rough for a lot of cats. And I see it a ton, and that's kind of why the gym is why I'm going for it, man, because I'm tired of seeing cats that feel so lost when they get out,
Oh yeah. Yeah. How's that been on the soul, dude? Just knowing that you have that space, like pretty much that beacon for people to come to.
It's been what it's all for, man. Like I said, man, the past 5 years since I've got out have been fucking crazy, man. Have been pretty broke, got myself in a lot of trouble, but luckily I'm good now. Everything's okay, man. Things are building up. I've finally gotten to a point now where I'm seeing the light on the other side of the tunnel. It's no longer just the despair of being out. What am I going to do? What's going to happen? But like I said, man, it's been 5 years, man. And I'm still not balling. I don't have a ton of money in this thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's not really what it's about. The biggest thing for me, is like I said, giving guys some hope, giving guys a guy to come talk to, man. Come here, work out, come bullshit with me. Come use equipment. Come get that deployment kind of feel. Kind of get the lift in. So that's the most satisfying part, man. It's the money has nothing to do with it.
That's I feel like that's the best, in my opinion. Like that's the best way to get shit out off your chest is pick something heavy and put it down and repeat. You know what I'm saying?
That's like for all of us, man. We all deploy, man. We all live together. That's where we all find each other. We all go to the gym together. We all grab each other. Hey, get the fuck up. We're going out there. We're gonna go eat. Come on, boy. We get some food. We're gonna work out. Come back and sleep afterwards.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of how we all got together, man. It's how we all kind of found ourselves and kind of found a community, within our own community, to be able to kind of do stuff to stay positive on when you're not having the best time.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been nice, man, and having this ability to be able to give that to guys is good.
On the outside looking in, I will say, from my own perspective, it doesn't surprise me where you're at today as far as like your success. Like, because like I've always looked at you as someone like, there's a goal, I'm gonna go get it. I think my earliest memory of like meeting you is like I don't know why. I think we were just doing platoon PT down in Iraq that first tour, and then you didn't have fucking shoes on for some reason. Remember that? You remember that?
Damn, I forgot about that.
And we were doing suicide sprints, and you smoked the entire platoon. I was like, damn, what the fuck?
I forgot about that, dude. I don't remember why I didn't have shoes though. Why was I doing PT without shoes?
I had totally forgot why you didn't have shoes on. I don't know if we were getting smoked that day or it was just random PT, but I just remember feeling like outright shit just because here's Crow just beating everybody. I mean, everyone's gonna beat me on a sprint period, but he's beating everybody in without shoes. And I was like, oh, okay. and then I remember, I mean, I was telling the other day I was telling my wife that you were going to be on. I was just giving her like I was trying to jog her memory of you if she met you before, but I was like I other than the Iraq story, I remember him coming back from selection and he was just like skin and bones, and then within a week he just like blew back up.
I think I came back bigger after selection somehow.
Yeah, so weird.
Well, I didn't start I didn't really grow, man. Like until we came back from Iraq, I didn't really start putting on size,
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I remember we were in the second deployment and someone was like, because this is when like Facebook had started getting heavier. People were like really using Facebook in like, what was that, like 2010?
Yeah.
Someone was like, yo, y'all seen Croat? Like, no, like he just posted a picture on Facebook.
He's massive.
Like he's fucking jacked. We're just like, oh damn. Hi. Yeah. That's
those so man, like I'm a lot smaller than I used to be, man. Those I've really kind of honed in what I'm doing with my fitness and how the best way to be about it with and stuff. And back in the day it was all about size.
Yeah.
Back in the day it was just, you could just put the most weight, just be jacked, all this crazy shit. I'm way beyond that these days, man. Like I've realized that, especially as we get older. Yeah. And dude, you don't need that much mass on you, bro. You don't, man. The joints don't like it. The heart doesn't like it. There's a lot of reasons why, especially as you get older, man, that you just don't need. I mean, carrying muscle mass is extremely important for a lot of reasons. Yeah. But you don't need to have that much. It's not always that beneficial.
Yeah, I forgot if it was not. I forgot. I'm 99.9% sure it was you who said like something along the lines of like make yourself harder to kill or something like that.
Yeah.
And like
all it's about, baby.
Yeah, I've been using that like ever since I found out you were coming on. I don't know. I remembered seeing that on one of your posts and like so one of our mutual friends, Colin, that we met on the podcast, like he got into a situation where he was like, someone got gunned down in Seattle or something. And like, he was carrying a sidearm or whatever. And he helped, he pretty much helped de-escalate the situation in general. And then I just, all I did was like, it's like, that's what happens when you make yourself harder to kill,
when you be that person, man. Like it doesn't take a lot to be, we already have, especially us as soldiers, we already have that ability. A lot of guys just want to give up when they get out, man. You're still a fucking killer, bro. You're always a killer. And you can always be that person in a situation that can be the one that can change the dynamic of how it goes,
Oh, yeah.
If, you just doing 3 days a week in the gym and just making sure you're training every once in a while, doing your stuff, you can be that person that can you literally change the outcome of a situation, you know?
That's
Is
true.
that something that you proactively like decided to keep doing? Because that's one thing I noticed for sure. Like other than your lifting stuff, like you're very, very proactive on pretty much staying,
You
I don't know how
Being
to,
ready.
yeah, being ready. Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially.
That's it, man. Like it's just like I said, done a lot of the tactical stuff and a lot of been around the Army, did a lot of fun stuff, and you just really start picking up what's important and what's not. And if you have the ability to be a protector,
Yeah.
to be that shepherd, and it's not about talking shit and being some alpha guy or whatever. That's cheesy, man.
Yeah.
But just knowing that you have the ability to protect you and yours, that you're staying fit, you're promoting the same thing to your family and your friends, make sure they're on the right page, like not preaching, but hey man, hey man, did you lift today or whatever it is, that kind of small stuff. Hey man, you want to go shooting? You want to go train today? Whatever it is, staying sharp, I think is extremely important, man. That's what separates guys like us from just the average dude who can't defend himself or his family.
Damn.
And especially, I mean, it's a mindset too, because I mean, I sit and talk to my wife when I'm out, and I'm just like, if someone did this or like did that, and like they could sweep this whole restaurant, or stuff like that, and she's just like, how do you know that? Like, how like I'm just like, well, it's just as simple as like she's never even looked at anything like.
Just being aware, man. Like that's the difference between being a soldier and having that kind of stuff, and that's what I hate seeing soldiers lose that. Like you know that stuff. You were trained with it. You went to combat, bro. You deployed. You know that stuff. But a lot of guys get out and they lose the edge, lose the sharpness, man. It starts to kind of go down. They just, oh man, I hurt my knee and I'm just going to gain the weight and let it go. Like it makes me sad, bro. I don't like seeing that stuff because we're warriors, bro. We're warriors. You guys went through all the same stuff I did. We all went through it. You don't have to lose it when you're out,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you got to go be some kind of tactical monster and just in the shooting range every single other day, whatever it is. You don't got to do all that, man. But just,
Right,
just training with your family, training with your buddies, going out and doing some workouts every once in a while, getting at the range, that kind of small stuff. It's important, man. And like I said, someday it will pay off.
When you're, during that rough stint when you got out, was that what you leaned on, just training to help your mindset?
That's it, man. And that's literally why it leaned me into opening the gym, and it reminded me of what is important and how much fitness does help out. Dude, I have clinical depression, man. We have PTSD, we have all the stuff. Fitness is what does it, man. Fitness is the only thing that will pull you out of that slump and get you back into think like, hey man, you know what? I can do something. I'm not done yet. I still got something in me.
Yeah.
Keep moving, keep being motivated, and show that same stuff to other friends, people around you,
Yeah. Not the cocktail that the VA gives you. That shit doesn't help you.
Brother,
it helps some people, but I mean I can't.
You know what? I think there's ways to use that stuff. I'm not saying medication's the devil.
Yeah,
at some
same.
point, obviously there is good ways to work into it and utilize it when it needs to be used. But I'm off all meds at this point. I'm off everything. I've been off everything for a couple of years now, dude. Like fitness and just staying focused on what the real goal is has really been the biggest thing to keep me out of those depression spouts and all that stuff, man. It's always fitness, man. Fitness has always brought me out of it.
Hell yeah, dude. Any fuck.
Yeah, I could definitely say.
There's science behind it. I'm obviously the working.
Oh
out.
yeah.
It's not like I'm just a myth or making it up like, oh, work out to be it's
well, that's why the Army
it's a thing,
does
man. It's
PT
science.
in the morning. Like they do that at 6:30 or whatever in the morning because that's what it releases those endorphins. It's like a cup of coffee every morning, and it keeps you sharp.
I'll tell you what, man, dude. I don't like to have to do it, man. But getting up and doing PT or doing cardio, I'll say it like even half an hour, 25 minutes at 6:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock, bro. It sets my day up for a whole different level. Just that little bit of cardio, getting that heart rate up, man, get a little sweat going. It'll really set the mood for a better day.
Yeah.
Obviously we don't do that shit. It sucks. I'll be honest, I don't like working out. I don't really like to work out. I do it because I know I need to, man. It's something we have to do. I know that if I don't work out, that someone's gonna be pushing me on a wheelchair when I'm 50. And I don't want to put that burden on somebody else,
Yeah.
Like it's you have the ability to be a strong, healthy male or female, whatever it is. Continue with that ability and be an asset to somebody, not a liability,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I can agree with that. As far as like I hate working out.
It sucks, dude.
But as soon as you start, it feels fucking great.
Right. Into it is good, but like the whole idea of like, oh, I gotta get up and I gotta go in there and do this. It's not really fun. No one really. You can say you like to do it, but I don't think anyone really, really likes getting up at 5 a.m. to go do cardio.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, in the end, that 5 minutes of this sucks turns into a whole day of this was an awesome day because I got up and worked out.
Yeah, that's my
So-
hardest thing. I think is like I'm all on board. Like I want to get up, and I'm like I know that's my only time I can really get up and work out. Especially being a stay-at-home dad, it's like, dude, I could get up and crush it in my basement for an hour, but I don't. And it's always that fucking just that trading that 5 minutes of comfort for
That's
the,
it, man.
it's just what it's the opposite of what you said, and that's just like, yep, there it is. Like it's I mean, it's always been right there. And
It
I
is,
tell my
dude.
wife,
And that's-
I'm like, babe,
it's-
I'm gonna wake up early tomorrow. She's like,
That's why it's so tough, because it is right there. Literally, it's just the one decision of put the damn pants on, get in the car, and drive into the gym. But like,
probably not even. Walk
you just
down
got to
the
get over
stairs.
that little. What's wrong with that, dude? You're in the once you're in the gym, it's whatever. Once you're working out, you're there.
You're already there. And
It's
that's
you
that
just gotta
1%.
in the morning. You just gotta find that thing in your head, build yourself up to find whatever it is you grab to use. That's why you get up and that's why you go do it. You just gotta find
Another
that.
thing too could be like leave your shit pre-laid out, like in the army, like they taught you, like lay out your fucking
Dude.
uniform for the gym in the morning, dude. Lay it out at night. Get up, get right into that shit.
I don't know if I could ever do that shit
I
again.
still do that when I got shit to do in the morning. I still fucking lay out my clothes for the next day.
I was
One less
supposed.
thing I got to deal with.
Oh yeah,
Bad about that. I was never good about that. I'd be like pre-selection, bro, like packing my shit at 3:30 in the morning, trying to fix stuff in there.
Fuck that. Dude.
Always.
I
I
like
was
to sleep.
always
I get my
like that.
shit done.
Dude.
I'm like,
On deploying tomorrow? Oh, let me start putting stuff together like
Yeah.
the morning of every time.
Yeah, I've always been that. I'm a last minute. I mean, today, like I mean, I usually don't travel for work anymore, but like I volunteered to go just because we were shorthanded, and I was, I left the house. Woke up at 4:00 this morning, and I'm like rummaging through my closet trying to find like scrubs, because I don't wear them anymore. I'm like, where the fuck are these? And my wife's like, did you not get ready the night before? I was like, who do you forget who you're talking to? I don't fucking do that. It's like, you're an army man. It's like, not even in the army. I did that.
Yeah. It's like, wait a second, time out. Yeah, wait, I wasn't in the army, so let's get that straight.
Damn, dude, I thought I wasn't the only one. I was like, it's the one thing I did that I was like, because like I said, I like to get all the work done so I can go to sleep.
No,
It's
dude.
smart. I mean, if I was smarter, I would do that, but
I don't
Yeah,
know,
I don't-
just lazy, I guess. That's what you could really call it. Lazy or just like, I don't know.
I like to maximize my recovery. That's what it is.
Yeah, I like that.
That's what it means. That's all it means.
Most rest I can before I leave.
Yeah,
Maximize the rest. Oh, you want some headphones too.
dude. On the lighter side of things, like in the past 5 years, what's it like being one, a dad, 2, veteran, and 3 at the same time being a business owner?
It's good, man. Dude, I'm the I'll be honest with you, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my entire life at this point right now.
Hell yeah.
After all the shit, after it's all gone, like literally things are like, so I'm not rich by any means. I don't have a ton of money or anything, but even with that all being said, I'm literally the happiest point I've ever been in my entire life.
Hell yeah.
Just having a son, man, having, a business that's, I wouldn't call it fully successful yet, but we're going somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that having the veteran background is, I'm pretty grateful, man. The fact that I got to serve that time and hang out with you guys and do that stuff. Obviously it was years ago, it was kind of behind me, but I'll never take that stuff back, man. There's nothing more, that I hold in my heart than the time we spent in the military.
You said something key there, like, putting that stuff behind you. We talked about that a lot on the show, like, being proud of the uniform you put on, but at the same time, like, not letting it identify you. What do you feel about that?
So we can get into some on that. I'm really kind of pro that. I'm not a very flashy kind of guy for the most part. I don't really. You're not going to hear me go around telling people that, you're not going to hear that from me the first thing I say to you when I meet you. Like, you're going to dig it out of me probably at some point, or you'll just kind of listen to me talk and figure it out yourself.
Assume it, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm when it comes to that kind of stuff, man, I think I'm more humble when it comes to the point of, I don't just voice that stuff. I'm proud of what I did, man. I'm proud of the boys and the stuff we got into. And that's all I need, man. I don't need to express it and tell people, man, I obviously want people to know this is a veteran-owned business, and it's, that I support veterans. That's what we're here for and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't need to be my identity, I'm not just the veteran, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think that, like, kind of ties into, like, this week's topic of, like, staying mission focused. Like, I don't think it, in my opinion, I don't think you can successfully navigate your life after the military if you just keep holding on to that identity, because, that DD-214 that's the end date. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I for one had that problem, that fucking bro vet, like I served, like I did that. You know, I'll be the first one to say I fucking did that for the first probably 2-3 years after I got out, and just like just having that like having that like
you're
not verbally, not verbally saying it, but just having that mentality of like, fuck, like what the fuck are you doing with your life, you know? And it took a lot for, you know, it took a lot to humble myself and just be like, let's get over it. The chapter's closed.
So, and that's, I see that a lot with guys. For me, it was, so honestly, when I got out, man, I was pretty under the weather with myself, dude. I didn't want to talk about the military. I want nothing to do with it, dude. I lost everything, bro. The military pretty much ate me up and spit me out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't really have that essentially coming out just because I was kind of almost embarrassed a little bit, you know, about my situation and the stuff that had happened. You know, I didn't really want to go around talking about what, you know, the whole aftermath and whatnot. But I do see a lot of guys that it's their biggest hindrance, man, is they'll hang up on the fact that what they did in the military was all this stuff and or the injury, whatever it is, they just carry that stuff on for a year, 2, 3, 5, 8 years, and all of a sudden you're just still the same guy that you were in the military. We all know that we weren't the best dudes, especially coming out. We had a lot of maturing to do, a lot of growing up to do, obviously, you know, coming out of the military. Yeah. So if you're sticking yourself, your personality, who you were when you got out, is probably not going to progress very well, you know. Yeah. And a lot of guys, same thing. A lot of guys are just 40 years old, been out for 15 years, man, and they're just still on this same old shit and not really progressing as a person, you know, or emotionally or, you know, maturing. And
ERBs on the windshields, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Like I said, be proud. I think you should.
Of course.
You should be proud, but man, there's an extent where you can like take it down a notch, you know?
Yeah, take it down a little bit.
Calm down. We get it, bro. You're a vet. I got you.
Back her down.
I got a buddy back in my hometown. Like he'll send me photos every time. He'll send me photos of just. He's like, hey, what do you think about this? And I don't know where they're at, and I don't know how they're coming out of my hometown, but it's like there's a shit ton of them, of just people driving around, guys, and it's always a guy driving around in the truck with like all the awards on the back windshield, and he'll just send me a text. He's like, hey, what do you think about this? I'm just like, oh, motherfucker.
It's
Thank you for your service, bro. Come on.
Thank you for my service, motherfucker.
Hey. You forgot to thank me for my service.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, like I said, man, I think you should be proud of what you do, but at the same time, I think a lot of guys really that's their whole personality. Yeah. And it's not a very well, for one, it makes us look like shit. Yeah. Other guys that want to be just vets who are just living their life, man. I'll be real, I'm kind of a hippie at this point. I don't even really like to. I'm not kind of leaning away from the military side. I'm kind of like, you know, kind of going the other way on the hippie shit. So when guys that go around with the whole alpha male attitude and kind of bumping their chest and shit and want to reference back they were veterans at one point and I did this and like, dude, you're kind of crushing it for the guys that just want to coast through, man, and just, you know, have a respectful end of their military.
Fly under the radar and you know, be a fucking use to society. I think that's my biggest purpose anymore is being of service is definitely something that I'm really trying to be. And it's funny that you said that about the gym because that's literally what we're trying to build with this. Just a place, bro, like a place that people can come hang out, listen to us talk, listen to us be here.
Well, that's why I'm down with you guys. I want to be more involved in this. I think you guys are doing awesome stuff, man. This is where it's at. Like I said, what else can we be doing besides helping out other people, right? Like we've got what we needed out of stuff, man. We did our time. Yeah. I feel like especially as a veteran, man, like, I think you get the most satisfaction out of doing things like this, out of helping other people, man. Like that's what we do. It's what makes it easy. I just think it's a good route to go, man, when you have the ability to do it.
Yeah, dude. There's something about giving back to those to your fellow brothers and sisters that just feels, I don't know, it feels it sounds cheesy to say, but it feels better than a paycheck most of the time. Just that feeling of giving back to those who served. And it just like, you know, yeah, I just half the time I don't care that I am a vet. It just feels good to do that. You know, that's why, you know, working where I work and just seeing all these vets come through and like, you know, what's the most unfortunate that I see on a day-to-day basis is like the big difference between like Vietnam era vets and our generation of vets, or even newer generation of veterans. It's like, dude, there's such a massive difference. You know, the bro vet got created with our generation of veterans. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, damn it. I wish, you know, I wish there was I'm sure there was, but I wish there was more of a community like we have built, like you have built, other people have built back in the day for those Vietnam era vets, dude.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Man. Those guys, didn't have nearly as much support as as that we can find.
Yeah, no, they just came home and got spit on, and then most of them were addicted to heroin. Not most, a lot of them were addicted to heroin. I mean, that's just a shitty fucking time to be in the military altogether.
It is unfortunate, man. And hopefully, like I said, what we're doing, man, we can kind of build up, and try to make a more wholesome community, I guess you could say, a little more supportive and wholesome stuff for the guys that are still trying to,
Yeah,
my
speaking.
thing is like, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, dude.
My thing is like finding people that have found their purpose, and then asking them basically like how, like what Casey likes to ask this one too. It's like what was that one moment for you after you got out that was like, this is what I'm gonna do, like, or did you know that, like, basically getting out, like, oh, I'm just gonna open this gym and I'm just gonna be there, and or did, like, how long, or let me stop because he was talking.
No, you're good.
When was that moment for you? Like, when was that? Oh shit, this is my purpose now. This is what I'm gonna do.
So, like I said, man, I got out and things were kind of rocky-ish, and they only got worse. So I actually lost the ability to even do security stuff, pretty much. So that was my background. So I got out and I was like, well, fuck it, I don't give a shit. I've got Ranger qualified, SF, and all this stuff. I can do whatever. And literally 2 months out of the Army, I was down in Puerto Rico making $30,000 every year.
I saw that shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was crushing it. So I didn't care. I was kicked out of the Army, so I was doing whatever. Well,
that was that
within that first year, I lost that ability.
Oh shit.
So I also pretty much everything I learned in the military was null and void. Couldn't use it anymore. Can't carry a gun. Couldn't do anything. So that all went to shit. So now I'm stuck, bro. No license. Can't carry. I had a kid. I can't go to school. I'm just completely in the shit. Dude. I'm falling apart at this point. And then it took me back to where am I? I'm like, what do I have? What is the one thing that no one can ever take from me? My fitness, my body, right? This is the one thing that I can always build. I can always work on. I can always improve. No one can ever take this from me. So I got back into my head, started doing the right thing, started falling back into fitness, went to personal trainer school, knocked it out, and got out and was like, this is – so it took about 2 years. 2 years for me to kind of figure out my thing, kind of get past the rockiness of what I wanted to do, to realize what I needed to do was it took a little while. It took a couple years to realize what I needed to do, man. But once I knew what I wanted, it all kind of set in, and really it was just that was it.
Yeah,
it's crazy how things kind of align themselves once you feel. I'm like, once you feel something's your purpose, and then you start going after that. It's funny how things kind of align themselves to help you, as long as you can see the signs. Really, like when we started this podcast, we were like, dude, this is gonna be stupid. No one's gonna listen, And it's like, we had so many guests come on to share their stories, and it's just, I know, buddy, I know.
Well, that's dude. It was like no one. I had no support opening this gym, and this is during COVID also. So there was all the gyms were just getting shut down.
Yeah,
all gyms are getting closed. They weren't even letting anybody do this stuff. All the little gyms are gone, dying. You got to make a leap, bro. Just like you got. I mean, same thing. You got to you have to know what is right deep down inside, and what is going to work, and whether you think anybody else, fuck everybody else, right? You just got to do it. So I got to take a leap, just like you guys did, man, and just. When your heart is into something and that's what you want to do, it usually works out for you.
Yeah.
You just you gotta be dedicated though.
Did you have like an aha moment, like after you set your like kind of purpose, and your purpose kind of set itself in place, and you were like, yes, the gym. Like, was there an aha moment where you're like, yes, I'm doing the right thing?
No, I always knew that was that.
Yeah.
I've been wanting a gym for a long time. It just didn't really come into. It was kind of hard to imagine that. It's kind of hard to imagine, I'm going to do my own gym. Everyone talks with their own business, you know what I'm saying? So It was always kind of like a thing in the air for a long time until that point, about 2 years after the Army. It was like, just do it, man. Just do it. Go for it. See what happens. I don't think there was an aha moment knowing of like that. I knew it was the right thing, man. I just knew there's no one out here doing this. There's no one out here directly helping out vets. Everyone's always adding these like, oh, they have TAC programs, whatever it is for money reasons. There's no one out there who's actually – there's no owners in this damn town who sit in their gym and promote people to come in and talk to them. Like you walk into any gym, you're not going to meet the owner. You're going to meet some guy at the desk who's going to talk to you, do your paperwork, and you're leaving. You're not going to like the guy again. Yeah. With me, you're going to come in here, you're going to talk to me personally, and make sure you're comfortable where you're at. Make sure your program is good. You're happy with what you're doing. Anytime you walk in this door and you're working out, you come talk to me. So that's awesome. That open door policy, man. I want you a question about your programming. Come ask me. Question about your diet. You had a bad day. Come fucking talk to me, man. That's an
NCO right there, dude.
So that's what I'm doing here that no one else is fucking doing. I'm at the personalized experience. You come in here and actually know the owners, know the other people, man. We have events, barbecues and stuff. Like, it's not just a $10 gym you walk into and just do your thing and walk out. You know, like, you can feel comfortable here. Know that you have any questions or anything, man, come talk to me.
Oh yeah.
You're joining Tribe.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Tribe shit. It's back.
Hell yeah, dude. Shit, I was gonna ask something about the gym too.
Mommy?
So, oh yeah, you're talking about do you program everyone's work? Like, do you program for everybody that walks through the door?
No, so for members, what I kind of do is like, if you're a member here, obviously, so I do coaching, right, programs. Obviously, I can't do it for free, you know. But if you're a member here and you come in here and you have programming, you're working on something you got offline, whatever you're doing, come talk to me about it. Because you have how's my squat form looking? I got you. Hey man, does this program look like some guy gave me this? Does it look very good? I'll go over it, make sure it's good, check it for you, help you out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll walk out there, walk through with some stuff. Like, whatever you're doing, I'll make sure you're on the right path with it, especially for what you're trying to do, you know?
Yeah.
But also I do, if you want to, so I also do stuff for like SWAT, military guys in for special operations courses and stuff. So I have programming for that also. If you're getting ready for a big prep school, I have that kind of stuff also.
That's badass, dude.
That's kind of my. So I'm a tactical strength conditioning facilitator. That's my.
I've seen.
title, I guess, as a coach.
I've seen a couple of the. I think you posted a couple of, or your members have posted like a couple of their transition or is it transitions or results?
Yeah, you can call it.
Like
Transformation.
Yeah, transfer. Yeah, that's the words I was looking for. Have you with that prepping for like the Q course and stuff? Have you had any like feedback from that?
I haven't had any kids directly go into the queue yet. I've got a few guys like police department kind of stuff. A lot of guys just use the program just to get. So really, the program is kind of written. It really is for overall, like, just to be ready. I call it the ready program. It's honestly kind of gives you everything, man. It builds you strength, builds you mobility, endurance is good. You know, working on the cardio. It's all incorporated in there. So for my main program, from there you can kind of take that and we can accelerate that and add to something more special operations oriented. Or like I said, the program really works good for just being overall in basic square fitness.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I haven't had any guys who go to the queue with my programming yet. But it's working pretty well for the guys that are doing what they're doing with it, you know. So
hell yeah. Those posts I've seen look fucking amazing. I mean,
I got some. The program's pretty good. I've been working on it for about 2-3 years now, man. It's literally everything I've done in my entire military career is all rolled up into this programming. So I'm pretty proud of it.
I got a question here from I don't know if you remember Alder from Heavy Company. Was he there? Familiar. Were you there when he was there? Because I think he came after that first deployment we were with together. But he's asked like firefighter. Do you do firefighter training?
Absolutely, man. Yeah. So like anything like EMT, first responder, special operations course kind of stuff, I can definitely. So most of my programming I try to write for people here in the gym, but like I said, I can definitely work with somebody outside and do kind of stuff like that also.
Hell yeah, dude. So with the, I want to be able to like talk about, your gym as much as possible. Cause I think it's all, what we're doing here is all, is all digital or virtual, having like a virtual space to meet together. But like what the stuff you're doing is I think is amazing. Cause it's a physical place you can actually go visit, talk to somebody. And I think, we're, other than fitness, I think I believe talking is one of the greatest forms of therapy other than just sweating,
Absolutely, man.
So I think that's cool as shit. So, with the gym in mind, what's where you're at now? Where do you see the gym in the next like 5 years?
I don't know, man.
Or do you even look that far ahead?
So, honestly, I don't look that far ahead. I kind of know where things are going to end up at. I don't think I'm going to do more than one location. I'd like to expand this place. Obviously, I've got a really good deal going on here with the property and stuff. So probably expand. I'd like to do something outside, have an outside training area, obstacle courses, some turf out there, that kind of stuff. So it'd be kind of fun. Obviously some cold baths, some saunas, that kind of stuff, more recovery kind of stuff,
You do that
that's the main goal. So yeah, just kind of expanding it into more of a real athletic performance facility,
Nice.
But also more events, get teams together, start doing it, doing obstacle course races, that kind of stuff. And I really want to build the community up and kind of go with that also. That's another big part.
That's awesome. How has been speaking of the community, how has the community been as far as like being receptive to, to you being there?
So that it seems to be the big seller here, man. Is that, like I said, that I'm here, that I'm actually, you can talk to me, that I'm not just some dude that sits behind the desk. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually an athlete. I'm a veteran. I can actually give you proper advice, plus talk to you about whatever's going on in your day. You know what I'm saying? We've done it all. I know how to handle that kind of stuff. So I think it's the big selling point here, man. People really like the fact they can walk in here, they knew who I am, they feel comfortable, they come talk to me, no bullshit. So I think it works out really well for us.
Hell yeah, dude. Well,
really good, man.
You should you ever think about putting like a range or attach a range to your gym? That would be sick.
So that's something we're really thinking about. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to do it probably here.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm in town right now, obviously. But that's definitely something that we'd like to expand and possibly work on. Like, trying to think how to explain this. Doing even like leadership type courses.
Yeah.
Like a weekend course. You sign up, you come down there for a 2-day stint. You learn how to do some movement, a little bit of shooting, a little bit of stress shooting. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. It kind of builds you up, kind of make you more confident in what you're doing, you know, and to kind of feel more able about what's going on. So yeah, that's something we're definitely kind of looking into here next. But that's for it to be a full tactical kind of range facility. That'd be awesome.
That would be
overall.
sick.
That'd be kind of great.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Just get the full spectrum of training, dude.
That's kind of. Well, actually, I don't know if you guys ever talked to you. Remember Joe McCoy?
Yeah.
We're actually working on something pretty big right now. So maybe here in the future you might hear some more from us about what's going on. But if it goes down the way it should, you guys will definitely hear more about it. But something like that to a way bigger extent may be happening for too long. So
congrats to that dude, by the way.
Yeah.
He's having a kid.
He's killing it right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Got a
He's
kid
moved
coming
to
in.
Georgia.
Or another kid. My bad. But yeah.
Getting
Dude, that's
married again?
that's fucking sick, dude. I
Strike
can't.
people out, man.
We're just so people know, where is Apex Animal House located?
So Apex Animal House is located on the east side of Colorado Springs, Colorado. So yeah, just kind of actually it's right by Peterson Air Force Base and about 15 minutes north of Fort Carson.
Oh shit! So like the veteran community is big. I assume it's big there.
This would actually be.
So Colorado Springs has the biggest veteran community in the country.
Really?
There's like I'm pretty sure like over 80,000 plus vets.
Because they all come back because it's fucking.
Well, yeah, no one,
beautiful.
exactly. Or they don't leave. You know what I'm saying? Everyone, I mean, y'all been to all the armor stations and shit. We've been to all the army duty stations.
It ain't Fort Hood.
This is it. Yeah, you don't. You're not going to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Fort
compared to Fort Sill or Fort Hood or some shit.
But no, all they had like help with active shooter awareness. I mean, that would be like a good program. Is that what you said? Did you say that too? Like just even just civilians, you're just to have the knowledge of like what to look for in a situation.
Right, and that's even simple, just simple stuff. I mean, a lot of people have. I mean, not to be mean, but like they have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
right?
It's not their fault. Like you said, not to be mean, but it's not their fault. They just never had to look it up. Never had.
And a lot of guys think
trash bag killing them on the highway.
Right, and a lot of dudes think they used to play ball in school or they got in a few fights in high school or and they really think they're about some shit. But like I said, until until you really get in a situation, you realize that you're probably not really about that shit.
Yeah.
So these confidence building courses, like leadership courses, man, just kind of give guys more an actual reference of what's really happening, not just, I bet you I kicked that up. I pulled my gun and fucking okay, buddy, like you be that guy, but actually knowing some stuff would probably help you out a lot more.
What'd you say, Kyle?
Chad, you listen to podcasts at all? Like and normally.
Nah, I kind of started to. Man, my old lady's kind of put me on to some Mind Pump.
Yeah.
Listen to those guys. That's about it, though, man. But I might start listening to you guys a little more often, though.
We do all right. But I was actually I just thought of this as we were talking about that. So there's a dude. John Bernthal, the dude that plays the Punisher. He's got a podcast called Real Ones, and on his show a while back, he had a dude. So there's that shooting in Colorado Springs. Remember one of the I think it was one
Club
of the
Q.
That one. He's the guy that stopped the shooting. Did an interview with John Bernthal, and it's like, dude, if you want to go to a fucking emotional wherewithal, I guess you could say, of like the mindset of, because he was SF, he was a lieutenant. I mean, he was an Army officer, SF officer. And he wasn't anymore. So he was like, I think 5, 7, 10 years past the Army, but stayed there, lives there. But like that whole story, that whole podcast is fucking insane. Just to think, like, he was even saying it too. He's like, man, thought I had my shit together. He's like, I'm sitting here fighting with this dude for what I felt like it was 3-4 hours. They said it was nothing but like 2 minutes.
Oh shit.
You know, and it's just, but I mean, it just kept going on. That was a pretty nasty situation.
That was bad, dude. Since I've lived here, I think we had 5 mass shootings here, maybe.
No shit.
Dude, there was that Club Q, there was the Planned Parenthood, there was downtown Colorado shooting. There was like in 2012. There was the one on Carson, and then there was
Aurora. That was wild.
Well, yeah, that was in Colorado alone. There's been a ton, but it's the Springs alone. There's been like 4 or 5 since I've been here. Like pretty crazy. Like there was the Planned Parenthood was literally 2 blocks from my house, dude. Like we were hanging out drinking beers on a Saturday. All of a sudden, you see your cops going by and stuff. You look out there, they blocked off all the roads. It was a block up, man. That guy was going out doing work. Just fucking.
Holy shit.
Yeah. The Springs. Well, the Springs, man. You just have a lot of like. It's hard to explain, man. There's a lot of weird people here. A lot of weird people. There's a lot of like Christian extremists and stuff. And you have like.
Oh God.
There's just a lot of. There's a lot of variables, man, for things to go kind of wrong around here.
That's why I live in North Dakota.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
That's why I moved. That was part of it.
Hence why
I did post a link for anyone that's curious for that show, specifically that episode, in the comment section. If you want a good listen, especially you, I think you probably get a lot out of it just to be inside of that mindset again and hear it from someone else even in that situation. But it definitely is an eye opener to me. Even though I don't really go to clubs and shit no more, I don't do all that, but I mean, I remember back in the day, me and Chad used to go to the club all the time. Right. It was like right when we got out of basic, it was like, oh, let's go to this club, and it was what was that one?
Well, you know, the thing is, it might not even be the club around here, brother. But you walk in the grocery store, man.
Yeah, that's true too.
Oh
when
shit!
I was there, when I lived there,
man, be the mall,
shooting in Boulder at the King Supers.
Straight up,
walked into the grocery store and just started shooting people.
Like I have a personal question for me, but for both of you, really, you both can answer this because like I have a family of 6 to include myself, right? And like, we're talking about just being tactically aware. That stuff doesn't turn off. But I've always wanted to have a weapon in the house, but I'm just scared. I don't know. I'm just scared to have one in case, like, I don't know. Like, is there I don't know. I don't trust myself to have one. That sounds, I know that sounds stupid, but I just
I mean, nobody knows you except you, right? I mean, you're not
because like here's
ignorant with a weapon.
Yeah, I mean, here's a perfect example. Like today, there was like we were driving and and it was a silly little comment in my head, right? But we were driving and some asshole cut my wife off, and in my head, I'm like, God, I'm so like this. This is a situation where I'm glad I don't have a fucking gun.
Yeah, but you say that, but you're not really gonna fucking pull your gun out and start shooting out the window with your kids in the car. Right. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you realize the implications of even just pulling your gun out. At
I know, yeah, and I know, right, and I know I wouldn't risk my family over that stuff, but it's like it scares me that if the fact that I even have those comments in my head, like, bro, you have those comments in your head. That means you're mentally not ready to have a gun. Like,
or that means that you're running through options in your head. You're just like, and you're like, nah, that's not a good idea. And then you just keep moving.
I agree. I think we all have. That's not what should be your biggest issue. Like we all have fucking crazy ass thoughts.
Yeah.
But the idea of being a real a tactically sound person, a real protector, is being able to control those thoughts, right? Mm-hmm. Is being able to have that. We all have crazy shit, man. But listen, it's all depends on do you act on it? Are you gonna really do that or not? Or is that a scenario running through in your head, like Kyle said, just something you're going through, different things that could happen. You're not actually going to put that into place.
Yeah,
because
I think that's the one thing I think I wish I had when it comes to like my house. Like I wish I had I wish I had something to protect the family here at home. But like
get a shotgun and some bean.
Like every now and then I'm like, God. I don't think you're ready, dude.
You can go get a shotgun at any sporting goods store for $300, a decent shotgun and some bean bags, bro. No one's gonna die. Pump someone.
Well, so then if you're not feeling like, then maybe you and the family, along if your kids are ready, take some courses. Even at the local range, do some pistol courses. Kind of get confident, feel more. And I'm sure that a lot of the feeling also comes from not because you haven't handled a gun in a long time. You haven't really been around the stuff. You don't have one in the house. Obviously, you're not really spending as much time, which kind of makes it easier to be separated from feeling comfortable with having one.
Yeah.
So taking a course with the kids and the wife, make sure everyone's comfortable in the house, doing that kind of stuff really kind of help build confidence with that kind of stuff. But you gotta start somewhere, man. Like obviously you're an ex-warrior, still a warrior. You can't. I feel that it's for protection of everyone. It's clutch to have something like that,
Yeah.
You just gotta find the right route to get into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're always gonna have those thoughts, man. Being a fucking killer, you're gonna have some crazy thoughts sometimes, dude.
Yeah, we were.
It's all about control of those thoughts,
Like we were trained to respond with death. And
I wanted to ask because I don't have anyone here to
about it though.
because I don't have anyone here to like pose that question to, because no one, obviously I have 4 kids and a wife, and I don't hang out with other veterans here because I just don't. But I just wanted to get y'all's opinion on that, but I will say though, I haven't, what you're, just being away from, handling weapons for so long, dude. Once you pick, was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago we drove to, or I can't remember if it was 2 or last year, but we drove to Texas to visit my in-laws, and my father-in-law at the time, he took me to the gun range that they're a member of, and he's like, "What do you want to shoot?" Of course, me, the first time I handled a weapon was in the Army, so I picked what I knew. I was like, the 9mm and the fucking M4, but I picked it up, dude. It was like nothing, and that was like, and that was, I think that was a little self-reassurance. Like, oh, okay, so I still got it. I don't know if I'm ready for it, but I still have it.
Around weapons now is I stay huge on even if I'm not 100%, you know what, I'm gonna sound like an idiot just for being like, hey man, this is how you work this, right? Okay, yeah, all right, cool. And don't be afraid to ask that, because I'm sure you're about to agree with that. Dude, hey, because it's better.
I would prefer you ask me questions before you pick up that gun and drop the fucking mag on the ground like a dickhead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do I do this? Do I put it over here?
Fucking pop a round off in the fucking air. So I would way rather you ask a question about a firearm than just grabbing it. That's waste. No, that's the problem. Say if you asking a question tells me that you're aware, you're thinking about it, you're cognizant of the situation. If you are unconfidently just go grab a fucking weapon and start operating when you don't know how to operate it, that's the problem, right?
Just put it down.
Yeah, don't even. Yeah. So the fact that you think about it, you're cautious, and you ask about it is way more. It gives me more confidence in you than if I see you over there just trying to figure out this thing. Where's the mag? Let me just go Now you're done. To me, you're done. I see that shit. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. You're done with that for a while.
No.
So
here's the water gun.
Not today. Here's your squirt gun, bitch. Yeah.
But honestly, man. So
at the clearing barrel.
To get back to me, honestly, sometimes being around a weapon a little more and getting more comfortable might make you feel more confident, more comfortable by just spending time around guys that are shooting, going out to the range a little bit more, practicing, putting yourself around it. Because when you separate yourself from the military and you separate yourself from all arms and all guns, all this stuff, make this barrier of kind of you become more defensive. Now you're more questioning things. You're like, oh man, maybe I don't. It's been a while, man. Can I handle this? Get back into them and get the confidence back, and you'll feel a lot more. You won't feel as threatened by yourself when you're more secure with the firearm.
That makes
that makes any kind of sense.
No, that makes perfect sense, because I've never thought about it that way. Because because the way you described it is exactly where I'm at. I'm just questioning myself. Right.
You got to. You know what it is. You've been there. You're not. Are you mentally unstable? Honestly, are you?
No. No.
Are you going to counseling? Actively for anything like that? Are you trying to hurt anybody? If the answer is no to that, then get back in the saddle, man. Find you something to play with. Go with the boys. You don't have to buy one immediately, but go out with the boys, do some shooting, man. Go to the range, take a class, take that concealed carry handgun class. That stuff will really build the confidence up and make you feel a lot more, built up in yourself in doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I had a dude too. One of the vets that we saw put up last year. He offered me a free course because after his exam, he's like, "Here's my card. Come by. I'll get you licensed for free." I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I was just like, "I don't know if I'm fucking ready yet, dude."
North Dakota's open carry.
You're not going to be ready until you go after it, man. Until you get back in that saddle, dude, and start getting back into that tactical kind of mindset.
Yeah,
it's going to be the same thing and forever. You gotta step up. Hey, fuck it, man. I'm ready to get back into this thing, dude. I can do this. Get back out there, do a little training. You don't have to buy a gun. You don't have to have a gun on you all the time if you're not there. Yeah. But at least getting out there, training, feel more confident, and being being a little more ready.
You can get you one of them wooden ones that they used in.
There you go, a rubber ducky.
Yeah, a little,
Yeah.
get shined up. Somebody put some walnut on there.
Right. So it's a nice hue on that thing. What is that? A cherry finish? Nice.
Yeah, it's really nice of them. You should write them a thank you card.
Right.
Oh, we lost KZ.
Oh, he's frozy.
We were just that damn funny.
I guess.
Oh man, it's crazy. I walked upstairs and my wife had just walked in. She was watching the show on her phone. She's like, I didn't realize that you were actually doing the show with Griffin. What else was I supposed to do? I wonder if he's gonna cancel out one of the rubber band guns, clip claps. Where does dude go? Every time, KZ, Jesus. It's South Carolina internet. But yeah.
Are you still training, Kyle? What are you doing? You still shooting a little bit?
Not really. I haven't shot in a while. It's just kind of expensive. And I mean, honestly, it was funny. I was going to bring it up, but since we have the downtime to talk about it, when you said, him talking about like, are you dangerous or, unstable like that? Like me personally right now, most of my guns aren't even in my house because I had an incident, not 2 years ago. It was about right when we moved here where me and my wife got in an incident. I started screaming some wild shit. And basically came home and just crashed out and fell asleep. And then in that time, she came and took all my guns to her brother's or to her sister's house. And I've just since have never tried to get them back. I know I could. She bought me a gun safe for my birthday this year, and I got one. I do still have a pistol in there, but I was just like, since then, I'm just like, you forgot this one. Like, if you're that worried about it, like, you can have this one too.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And I was like, and only recently have I just been like I kind of want them back. Like, I built an AR after that one that I got from Joe, and then I pulled it apart and then built a new one for myself because I wanted to, because it was a lot of fun. It's actually a really fun process building an AR.
It's kind of therapeutic, man.
It is.
really
I
is,
still
dude.
have all the parts to build, like all like the vice grips and all the other, like all the little tools for doing an AR. I was gonna suggest that for KZ as well. Like, dude, build yourself. If you want to get into an AR, build yourself one, man.
Dude, that's actually a really good idea, man. Plus, because it's not even a gun at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At that point, it's Legos and a tool. You're putting something together. You can have fun with it, be more comfortable with it, kind of be attached to that weapon, and you'll have a lot more feeling, I think, to want to actually utilize that thing and get out and train with it when you put it together, like Kyle was saying. That's
Like, I haven't even seen mine in 2 years, but I'm like right now, I'm like, you know what? I wonder if my brother-in-law's up. Like, yo, can I get my shit?
well, and that's
kind of late to ask for that, I guess.
Because we were saying, like, I had mine were gone for a while too, and I wasn't ready back for them for a little bit. But there's a point where you get to, you're like, all right, dude, you know what? I'm ready to get back to work. I'm ready to fucking kind of get back in the saddle, kind of train a little bit, kind of like I said, you don't got to be out shooting every single weekend, man, but just knowing that you have the ability and that you're so confident and that you can grab that thing and still go to work with it. It's a good feeling to have, man.
Yep. Yeah.
Just know that you're still self-sufficient.
Definitely want to get a little bit more into it. I know we have a shooting range right down the road too. And I can get into membership, and I mean it's North Dakota. There's shooting club. There's gun clubs. Fucking.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Like, I can get into it. And I mean, like I said, it's just at this point, I think if I build, I want to build another AR, but I want to build a 22, just for the shooting. Like he actually just said, keeping that muscle memory alive, just to go out and shoot and plink, and do the running movements, do the fun shit. Because I mean, dude, fuck, 7.6 or 5.56 expensive.
It is, man. And I don't shoot nearly as much as I used to. I mean, now it's more just to keep tight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Get out there once a month, once every 2 months, whatever it is. Do a little running and gunning, get the heart rate up a little bit.
See, I need to get a new pistol because I like the one I got now. It's the Springfield or the Hellcat.
That's a good carry gun.
I got big hands.
Yeah, that's not a fighting gun. You know what I'm saying? That's a good.
Closer.
Yeah, that's a good concealed gun, a good gun to carry around and stuff. But if you're talking about doing some shooting, you probably want some little 4-inch barrel, some little heavier 5-inch barrel.
That one, I'm like, man, I'm all over the place with this thing, but inside like 25 feet, you're going down.
That's what it's meant for, man. That's what it's built for, Awesome carry gun.
The thing's sexy though. I got the FDE one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, those are nice little carry guns, dude. And they're really nice. I'm a big Springfield guy.
Yeah, I like that thing. I got it because Butters had that 45 XD, I think, or the newest one.
Yeah. Well, the little ones, the older one, like from the XDS.
Oh, not the older ones with the super heavy top. You know what I'm talking about? Like
he has a full size.
Yeah.
Okay. That's XD. Yeah.
Yeah, I know them old Springfields were like super. Like I feel like that slide was like so
Yeah,
top heavy, dude.
Yeah, the old XDs weren't
Yeah,
quite as good. The Hellcats are good now. The XDSs were good little guns. I'm not a huge XD guy, but I mean they still run. They work.
right. Yeah, I got a little fucking what's my shotgun? I just bought a Mossberg, like a little $300 Mossberg.
That's all you need, dude. I mean, for home defense,
Maverick or something. Yeah,
That's the first shotgun I bought was a Mossberg Maverick, dude.
It's
Down
best,
in-
dude. It was
I'm pretty sure I bought one down in what was the Academy? Academy.
Oh
School.
yeah,
Yeah.
I still got that pistol that we bought. That
Oh,
day.
You still got that damn thing?
Yeah, dude. I haven't shot it in years because it never really like, dude. It always jammed. Always.
Yeah,
I was
those
like,
things
this
suck.
thing
Yeah.
sucks. I
You
tried to
both
sell
got,
it
you,
once.
you got a 42, huh?
Uh,
It was a 40 cal. We both got 40 cals, didn't we?
no, I got a 9 of that.
Oh,
same
did
one.
you?
Or no, it was a Smith and Wesson SV9.
Yeah,
That's
the
what I got that day,
SV90 or SVE9, SV90. Yeah.
I mean, it's a slick looking little pistol, but
I thought it was cool when we bought them. I mean, they see. I
It's
mean,
definitely junk. I tried to sell it, and someone was like, "No."
like, I don't know that shit now. Yeah, I mean, that's we weren't very. I didn't know a whole lot about what I was buying back then. You know, it seemed cool, so
Is it a piece of shit?
yeah.
You know,
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was like back in the day. It was like they just come. So it seemed kind of high speed. They just came out with them. It was a polymer gun, metal slide, kind of Glock similar, but it was way cheaper. I think we got ours for like 300.
I was gonna
something
say it was
bucks.
under $300.
Yeah, it was a pretty good deal at the time, So it seemed cool, but after once you become more functional of the weapon and understand how they work, you realize it wasn't the best piece
It
overall.
was
But
junk.
yeah,
I wish I had it. I'd show you right now. I mean, yeah, dude, it fucking jammed almost every 1 or 2 magazines at least. With like
Yeah.
double feeds like a motherfucker. It's like, dude,
It was like the next level above,
Oh,
like
like
high
Jet.
point.
yeah.
Yeah, it really was.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
It was like a high point, and then that SVE9 was just right.
just a smidge higher point.
I don't even know what I don't know what to do with that gun. I think I might have traded in or something at some point.
Probably.
Yeah, I need to get on that boat. I think, yeah.
Honestly, I
Talking to
think
you
the
guys.
shotgun for a home defense, the shotgun's going to be your best bet. Because honestly, people don't understand. Like, if I got an AR for my home defense, like, well, you're going to kill the fucking neighbor.
Yeah, an AR is not a good gun for home defense. Now, I think if you're tactically proficient, whatever. But if you're not super confident with your shooting abilities, a fucking rifle is not what you should have in the house.
See, like in my house, I have 3 different spots right now where I know, like, if I'm here, I know where my shotgun is and I know where my shot is, and it's like shotgun, you could just kind of poke your head around that corner and like.
I'll be honest, man. I mean, over the years, man, I'm more of a shotgun guy either way, man. Even for tactical situations and stuff, like a good shotgun, man, is a very, very effective weapon.
Plow some shit down, dude.
And honestly, it's the most versatile weapon there is. I mean, you're talking. I mean, whether if you're out camping in the woods, if you're going hunting, if you're home defense, whatever it is, that shotgun can pick up a ton of different roles, man.
Yeah.
So
especially
if you
with all
have
the
honestly,
different
if I was
shells
to have
they make.
one gun left, it would be a good 12 gauge shotgun.
Would you
100%.
just semi-automatic or a pump?
Pump.
Yeah, I like the pump, dude.
Yeah. Semi-autos are fun. I mean, if you got the money to spend on semi-auto for tactical stuff, it's great and all. But the thing is that there's now, mind you, especially if we're talking about like tactical home defense, the problem, there's a reason like a lot of even like SWAT and these guys don't use semi-automatic shotguns, is if you put not a very intelligent shooter in a room with 9 rounds of double-aught buck and he pumps through those things, that semi-auto shotgun, dude, the collateral damage is catastrophic, man. Like you just don't, like I say, you got to think, you got a pump gun, you get one off, dude, the work's probably already done, right? I mean, at close range in a room, 12 gauge, you put 1 round through, you're probably going to do the job, right?
Honestly, in some situations, just racking one's gonna fucking
Right.
stop most
Now,
people
if you
in
got a
your
guy
house.
who's a little sketchy on the trigger with a semi-automatic pump or a semi-automatic gun, and you walk in the room, dum, 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 you just pump 4 rounds of double-aught buck. That's literally like 120 pellets have just flown through every direction where you just shot. Someone's getting hurt. You know what I'm saying?
I just think
So-
of Terry Crews in The Expendables when he comes pumping down that hallway with that big
dude, like that's
automatic
for real,
shotgun.
man. Like, yeah, think, dude, 5 rounds double-aught buck. That's at 32 caliber pellets per. Dude, like you just spent 100 little projectiles. Someone's getting it, dude. Someone besides who you shot at's gonna get it.
You're probably getting it too.
If you don't realize how I mean, like, yeah, obviously a shotgun is a better option for the house, but you don't realize how powerful a fucking shotgun is too, though, man. Like, even if you're using double-aught buck, especially with a Magnum round, it's gonna go through those walls. It's gonna punch through those walls and the ones behind it also. Now it'll probably travel less farther than a rifle will, but you still gotta be careful what you're.
It's gonna do more damage in that shorter amount of time too.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's just thinking about like. That's just one thing that people. That's another thing, you know, keeping that mind mission ready. Like we just went and talked on that, and like we weren't even really thinking we were talking about being mission ready. But like, dude, I know that if you come into my house at any point, where I can get you.
Right, and that's how my life is, man. I don't even think about what I'm doing, but the things are always are laying things in tactically to make sure that they, you know, that it's laid in for later on situations.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
I have 2 entries to my closet that one goes out to like the garage and one goes out to my bedroom. So it's like my little slip and hide, little spot.
And what's wrong with being tactically ready? Like
Nothing.
People are so like kind of weird about like, oh, you're a prepper. No, why is it weird to be ready for a situation? Why am I the asshole because I'm ready for a situation?
Right.
You're gonna be the one coming to me when things are shit hits the fan. You know what I'm saying? But
what's the difference in having a fire escape plan?
Right.
In this day and age with active shooters, why is it wrong to
you know what I'm
be
saying?
ready for someone to walk into your house? You fucking people walk into people's houses every night.
Bro,
live
you
in a
see this
fucking
shit.
nice ass North Dakota, dude. The town over for me is super fucking nice. The other night they posted on their Facebook and it's these 3 like dudes walking around creeping their neighborhood at 4 a.m. Motherfuckers are walking around in hoodies at 4 a.m. They ain't coming for cookies. Motherfuckers live in Horace. You need to get a shotgun. I'll tell you what, we're in North Dakota. They probably got one.
And that's things you see now. You see everything. The internet, obviously, everyone has cameras. The internet, bro. Here in the Springs, last year was a big deal. Kids in hoodies with ARs, bro, walking up down the street, for checking doors on cars, dude. Like stealing change and shit with rocking out with rifles, bro. Like finding garage doors or walking in people's houses. Like it's a thing, dude. So I feel like I'm not saying you gotta be a fucking tactician.
Yeah.
But even everyone should be a little ready, right?
Yeah.
I think you should have a little bit of preparedness for a situation because you don't want to be that guy, man, that gets walked into. When 4 people walk into your house, you're eating dinner with your family, and you have no idea what to do or where to go or how things should operate, you know? So I don't know. I just think being ready is a very easy thing to do, but in the end can really benefit you, you know, in the long run.
Yeah, you don't have to go full equalizer and like booby trap your house, you know, but you can definitely know the spots.
I've been
hey, Griffin, don't touch that.
Yeah, I mean, talking about that, like, yeah, I've been like hyper alert these past like week. We had Chad. We had some what's his name, Michael Rock on.
Oh
like,
yeah,
dude. 2 weeks ago. And he was a Green Beret for a while, and then when he got out, now he works for I forgot what the company.
Basically, he's a federal agent.
Yeah, he worked Homeland Security essentially, and he hunts pedophiles for a living. You know, that's what he does. You know,
fucking
yeah, and like,
yeah,
but, dude, we had that talk, and I shit you not, like was it last weekend? No, last week, and I don't know. My mind is like, is this shit related or not? Dude, we randomly found like a brown like envelope like hung on our door, and like there was nothing on it, right? And it just had like all 2s, like the phone number to contact was all 2s. So I was like, who the fuck? I don't have a camera out my front door. So I was like, who the fuck's, you know? My wife's like, what is this? There was nothing in it. And then like our neighbor was like, yeah, it was I thought it was a DoorDash person because it was, you know, some like young girl like walked up and like hung it on your door and took a video of your house, and then so my wife was asking the neighborhood like, hey, who else has this envelope on their door? No one else had it, but this one lady. We live right next to Shaw Air Force Base, and it's happening on Shaw Air Force Base of just like same woman, like randomly just videoing houses and clipping this little note. You know, that dude, and because like I have 4 kids, and you know, for some reason, all the kids in the neighborhood like to come to my house. So I've just been like, that's why I've been thinking about just home defense a lot lately, just because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
If it looks,
you know what I mean?
Well, dude, they're like breaking forced entries are somehow like cranked up the past few years. Like people just pushing into people's houses with them in the house. You know what I'm saying? Or a delivery driver walking up with like a bullshit DHL shirt on, and you open the door up, dude, he just walks on in there.
Yeah,
Like
because
it's been a
you can
big
order
thing.
uniforms
In
on
the
the
UK,
fucking
it's
internet.
the UK is crazy right now. The UK is like having this like they're falling apart, bro, with these like home invasion kind of things.
Dude, it's scary, dude.
Could you imagine? I mean, it's like I can't even imagine the gusto you'd have to walk into someone's house in the middle of the fucking daytime. Like, and so what tells you though is that these people aren't afraid. They know that that the average person doesn't have shit aren't going to do shit if they walk into your house.
Exactly.
Because any intelligent person wouldn't just walk into a house if you thought you were going to get shot, right?
Yeah.
So if these kids are out here just doing this, obviously they're getting away with it enough times and no one's stopping them, no one's defending themselves enough to where it's become this prevalent thing where pushing in someone's house and stealing their shit is just that easy. Because they're not going to defend themselves.
And on the flip side of that same argument too, like some of these people are probably like they don't care if they get shot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how unafraid they are. Like I'm gonna come through and do whatever. I don't give a fuck if you shoot me or not. That's like my brain started connecting dots that shouldn't be connected. I'm like, is this because I fucking talked to Michael Rock? Like,
I guarantee you one thing. I guarantee you he's fucking watching over our internet shit from now on. You know what I mean? Like he's making sure that no one's getting after our kids. That's our boy now. You know what I mean? Or yeah, or like she said, if they're all doped up, or you never fucking know anymore, dude. It's
you just don't know, man. You don't know. Like there's just like
you said, not afraid. They're not scared no more.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to equate that or what, I don't know. There's these kids who are just on a whole different level now, man.
But it's also, I mean, like, did you hear there was, I think it was like last month or 2 months ago, like a couple kids got killed just like walking. Like one dude went to pick up his brother, but like went to the wrong house, and then like the guy shot him. I mean, and then he was just like, oh, well, I was scared. I mean, you were scared because he was a black kid in your driveway. Let's be honest, for one. And two, I mean, like, does that also kind of, in that situation, maybe it was a race thing, and he saw an opportunity. But like, how does someone that doesn't have the training that we have learn to draw that line to where they understand, like, oh shit, this kid's just here by accident. You know what I mean? Like, what?
I think
first thing I could say
that's
is if it looks suspicious, it is suspicious. Just don't fucking go outside. Don't answer the door. And well, if they come in your house, that's a different story.
I think that's a scary variable, man. So obviously, hopefully everyone that has a firearm should be pretty confident or trained or whatever. But the thing is that not everyone will. And even if they pass a background check and got the gun, maybe they had the gun for 20 years. He's some old dude who just you can't stop that, man. There's someone who's going to lose, who's not in the right of the shit, and they're not going to make the right decision and act on emotion or act on, just at the second kind of thing and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing you can do to stop some crazy old guy who thought someone was breaking into his house who fucking knows, man. That old guy was crazy already. Like,
well, I mean, I just mean like if someone were listening that doesn't really have our mindset, to like maybe they would be in a situation where they would have to make that choice. Or like,
well, so then it comes down, I mean, and this is the unfortunate part, man. It kind of comes down to just common sense, dude. Like, you got to hope to know that you shouldn't. If you just see someone out in your driveway, you probably shouldn't just open fire out of your window into a neighborhood.
Right? Yeah, they're
right?
not.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how threatened you. If it's the middle of the day, you see there's something wrong with that. Like there's no avoiding that. And like just common sense should be kind of set into there, but obviously it wasn't at that point. If you're shooting into the neighborhood from a window, dude, in the daytime, I don't really know how to get around that or stop that guy from being. That's just being fucking crazy. That's not firearm safety. That's just,
Yeah.
I watched the same video not too long ago. A guy in Florida, his pool cleaner came in a little bit later than usual. It was like 9 o'clock, getting kind of dusk. Pool cleaner was cleaning the backyard. Rather than step out or call the police, the owner of the house just opened fire through the window at the kid.
Dude, what's the level of information there, dude? Jeez.
Exactly, or right, like those kind of things, like that simply would have been like, "Hey, who are you?" or call the police. You just grabbed your gun and he dumped all 30 rounds, mind you.
Look how far in front and see the van.
The entire magazine through his window at this kid.
So knowing damn well that you hire somebody to clean your pool.
Right. So like in that, like there's that kind of stuff, man. There's really no. Those are just bad. Those are bad people that shouldn't have guns.
Yeah,
those are the guys that probably shouldn't own firearms. But how could you ever tell who that person's going to be?
Right.
Yeah. Like background's not going to tell you some dude's fucking sketchy with the gun.
Doesn't predict the future. Background check don't predict the future.
So, I mean, the best you can do is just be the responsible gun owner, promote that to other people, just doing the right thing. And then just, like I said, man, there is going to be fucking variables, man. There's going to be people out there that aren't going to do the right thing. And that just is what it is,
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, definitely got a lot. Personally, I got a lot to think about. Definitely want to do that. That discussion my wife and I need to have again.
Well, yeah, like the best way to go about it, like I said, is just bring her in with it too. Like, hey, how would you feel about this? Would you be interested, and maybe do some shooting too if you get comfortable too? Maybe at some point bring the kids in with 22s or something, at down the road if you guys get comfortable, whatever it is. But
well, here's a question I'll ask you, just because I know because you're more of an expert than I when it comes to just this stuff. Like, my like the I don't want to say obstacle, that's a bad word, but like the hurdle that my wife has to like overcome really is just because like her fear of guns, right? Like what is in your opinion like the best way to have that conversation?
Educate.
You have to educate her. Go on a concealed carry course, like literally. So explaining to her the importance of real life situations, and then defending the family, obviously. But the best way to work her into being comfortable, is like, hey, would you like to go take an instructions course with a professional, that can show you all the stuff with this gun? I mean, that's how I got my wife into it. I saw a lot of women. It's easy to kind of work them into it because they don't know what it is, man. It's a gun. All they know is it killed somebody. It hurts people. But if you can sit them down in a classroom with a professional, they can explain this gun, everything about it, make them feel comfortable, how to use it. It really changes up how women look at firearms once they understand the firearm. Initially, it's scary, bro. All you see is the news and all this crazy shit, and all you know is that you use them to kill people in war. And some guy on TV did some bad thing to somebody, the other day. You just got to show them that this can be what protects you and us and our family. And let me show you how to use it correctly. That's what really, really helps them connect the dots, with comfortability. Let them learn. They don't know. They don't know, man. They don't know what the gun is or what. All they know is the scary stories.
Yeah.
So if you sit them down in a classroom with a professional.
Yeah, a lot of that is a fear, is what I've picked up on too. My wife's kind of the same way. Like she wants to, but it's definitely like she's like I just, and then like I could tell her like, oh, I could teach you, but like that's probably not the best way.
Well, right, and that's one of those things that we're like, as a husband, you get frustrated, and they get scared of you being frustrated. So the best thing I found when it comes like that is literally just finding a good instructor, going to a good course, and let that teacher sit in the classroom and just you sit back and let him do the work, man.
Right.
Just enjoy, help you with her. And see how that works. Work with her, But let him fucking do his thing, dude, and you'll watch him come out with a whole new different kind of confidence.
And then they'll be like, "Hey, babe, you want to go shooting?" And you're like,
"Hey, I'm telling you, I've never seen it go the other way. Anytime I've ever had this talk, and like, hey, man, just take her to a range or take her to a professional. Let them go through it. It changes it up every single time. It's just because it's scary, bro. It's a gun, dude. It's kind of scary. If you've never ever touched this thing, all you know is the bad stories. Yeah, it's not something you want to fuck with. Just especially when you have. Maybe your husband's like, here, take this gun. And he's like, oh, no, don't touch it like that. And she's getting, oh, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. Yeah. So it makes it a lot easier. Yeah. When you have some guy in a classroom, man, to do it for you. So.
First and foremost, is guns always loaded. Wait, it's always
right?
loaded?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, so you treat it like it's loaded. So what does that mean? Like, oh,
yeah, exactly. They're freaking out. You're like, no, just don't touch, don't grab that part. And you're like,
we're 5 minutes into this shit, and I'm already looking for a professional.
Exactly. So, yeah, it makes it a lot easier when some other bozo's doing it.
Plus, if she shoots a shotgun and you're the one that showed her how to do it and she falls over, dude, that's on
you.
Yeah,
or she fucking hits the butt cheek in her face or something. Yeah, you're the asshole. So
it's your fault.
Yeah, you're fucked for a long time. You're probably not getting any more new guns for a while either. You may have lost that ability. I don't know.
Yeah. Or sex.
Yeah. That's a conversation. I definitely need to have that conversation just because, like I said, it just, with this things I've been having around here, it just, and it might be nothing. It's probably 85%. It's probably just nothing. But
that is weird, though. Do you know why they're putting those things on? Like, what's going around? Like, are they putting the same shit on people's door?
Yeah, same thing, dude. And people are tying it to because with sex or child trafficking in the local area, and that's what's scaring the shit out of me.
Tagging houses, basically.
Another big thing. I was going to bring this up also, and this is another reason why they have fire because this is a huge thing. So like. I was talking to Joe McCoy not too long ago, and somebody had taken his license plate and bent the corner on it, right? Bent, so it was weird as fuck. No one else's car got touched. Just took the top left corner and bent it. Mm-hmm. Well, couldn't figure it out. Didn't know what this was all about. He ended up talking to one of the guys that does some trafficking kind of stuff, one of the specialist buddies. And that's no shit. It's a direct sign. That's actually what they do. And if you see like here in Colorado, it's a big thing. But yeah, we'll bend that plate to let you know that there is a woman in that car that doesn't have a guy around.
No shit.
And his old lady was driving that car at the time, I think, and that's what somebody picked it up, pull that thing back, and that's all you got to do to signify that car has somebody that can be picked up. So there's a lot. It's a huge, bro. It's huge. And there's a lot of these little things. People see it happen, like, oh, whatever. But there's a lot more behind this shit, man. Especially this day and age. This trafficking thing it's been kind of pushed down for some reason. It's fucking way bigger than it ever has been.
Yeah, I don't know why it's been pushed down either, dude. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, I just, I hear about it and I read about it, and it's something I'm aware of. But definitely after talking with Michael Rock 2 weeks ago, I'm hyper vigilant on that stuff. Just
I would ask him.
And it just and now I feel like I'm seeing it everywhere. Dude.
Well, it's one of those things. Like once you start seeing it, you can't unsee it. It's like you took that pill already. And
the thing is, it's always there. But like we've somehow, as a society, we've kind of somehow all the crime and shit that people get into, we push that to the side.
Like, oh,
so now, we're focusing. We're focusing on all the bullshit. When to me, I feel like the most detrimental fucking thing right now is protecting women and children from being fucking abducted. Are you fucking kidding me? How is that not how is that? And especially now when you know that it's in Hollywood, the media, there's something going on, but which keeps getting, oh no, we'll just kind of push past. We know what Epstein did. It's literally on the list. You can see what he did. And somehow that's not the biggest fucking thing out there right now, right? We're worried about gun control when
we're worried about a fucking bunch of dumb fucks that go down in a
bullshit
can.
We're giving trillions over to a country we're not involved with, but yet, like literally, there's like hundreds of thousands of children taken from the states every year,
dude.
Hundreds of thousands, but there's no task force. There's no save the kids fucking posts on on TV for commercials. It's somehow that gets overlooked, which it makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah.
Absolutely no sense how that's not the biggest, most imperative thing we're dealing with right now. Is our children being stolen?
Yeah, dude.
That's why Ashton Kutcher,
you know what I'm saying? Like, why? How?
Like that dude put his whole he put his whole life and all of his money into fighting, going against sex trafficking and child trafficking and shit. I forgot what his but he's got a huge fucking organization that does it.
I'll tell you what, man. If extra money comes my way, that would be something that I would invest. That would be something that I would definitely be a part of and jump into, man.
Oh yeah, no, it's like those. There's that motorcycle clubs that do that shit, dude.
Yep.
That just show up, well, you need help, call us, we'll be there. What are they called? Like Child's Angels or something like that. Where they just
the Guardian Angels or whatever.
They just show up and fuck people up, dude. Hey. You know what, dude? Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I would text Mike after we get off and just ask him if that's a thing, dude. And
dude, I'll involve anything I do. Anything I do, man, I'll involve into that stuff, dude. If there's one thing that I stand for, it's this trafficking shit, dude. It's the craziest thing to me that somehow it just getting slides underneath the fucking rug. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. If I could suit up for one more mission, it would be to go and fucking fight some shit, dude.
I'm telling you,
that
man.
would probably be one. I would. You had no question. Give me, let's go.
So there is me and we've been kind of working on it for a while. We're trying. There is people that invest in stuff like that, and it's definitely something me and Joe have talked about and kind of thought about for a while, dude. With the contracting background we have, especially with Joe's and stuff, there is people who will invest. If we could, even if it was non-profit, obviously kind of stuff, dude, I would for free kid up, bro, and travel fucking somewhere else to go fucking smoke some asshole in the face.
Yeah,
kids, without a question, dude.
Happily. And it would make me I don't know, I wouldn't question, if I'm doing the right thing. I wouldn't question why I'm in this country doing this shit, because I know I'm fighting.
Right, it's one thing you can get behind without even having to question yourself on, man. You just do it.
Because the Army, we never knew what the fuck we were doing it for. We never knew why we were there. You know what I mean? We're fucking Iraq for oil or whatever, but we're taking Iraqi generals to oil fields that are ran by the Chinese that we're not even allowed into.
Hey, bro, we were in Iraq for the motherfucking wild tigers, all right?
Oh yeah.
I was there. I was
remember
there.
that shit the first time they're like, "Hey, you guys want a tiger?" And I'm in my head, I'm like, "You mean one of them Tiger Woods Gatorades?" Because they were super popular right then. No, he's like, "Fuck no, man." I think he's like, "Here's your wild tiger."
Hey, who was the one who got too sick on those things and stingers and had to go who got sick as shit? Was it Gryza?
Yeah.
He drank like a case in a day and was taking stingers and ended up like fucking falling out in the sun.
All
Like,
in yellow jackets,
Yeah,
dude.
he tweaked out. We need you to drive. Why?
he's just like,
Oh,
He's not
like,
going on.
I don't think that guy's okay. He's not driving, is he?
yeah. Do I got to ride with him?
Dude, he would pop those handy, dude.
What
He
were
had some really, really, really bad habits deployed.
dude? We just ate shit and drank. What were the cigarettes? Were they Malibus?
I still
What do-
bought the Newports.
No, what was it? They were like
Royales?
Newports. They weren't. Were they the Royales?
Manicus, dude. Manicus loved them Royales, bro.
Oh man.
They were like $4 a carton.
Oh yeah, the whole
Yeah.
like a 2 cents a cigarette.
I'm like, bro, you can get Newports for $25 a carton. Why are you buying that shit? And he's just like, fucking cheap
And I
motherfucker.
wasn't even a smoker, and smoking those things like this tastes like shit.
this
Like I'm a cigarette smoker. I feel like
can't
it
be good, right? Like I shouldn't be.
tastes like, dude.
Like this tastes like the tigress.
Yeah, it does, dude.
Like
funny.
I don't think I should be drinking this,
Our
man.
second deployment,
I
bro,
got-
we were like
Like
right
y'all seen that
next-
body not water? It tastes just like that.
Our second deployment, we were right next to the tigress. So they were like, don't eat anything that came out of the ground. Fucking
Y'all seen that
Rooster-
water, bro? We seen
Rooster
bodies in that
basically
shit,
got
dude. Like,
dysentery. You remember that shit, dude? He was like milky white for like 4 days, and he couldn't even walk. He was shitting and puking so much. Like, what'd you have? It was like fucking, like, I don't know, fucking cucumbers. Because, I mean, you can have like the meat. You just don't question what meat it is. Just eat it. It's good, you know. I had some
Yeah,
bomb-ass food over there, but I never ate the veggies. No produce. I see they were pumping that shit, dude. They had this water pumping fucking 30 feet high, dude. And like, even at 30 feet high, you know, some water's like clear. This shit was chocolate milk at the top, dude. Like, just like, ugh. Big Dam Bridge, dude. That was the bridge that we go across to get on the base, bro. It's called Big Dam Bridge. It was a dam, and it was big, and it was a bridge. Called the Big Dam Bridge. It was actually in, there's an episode of, what's that show? With the Marines.
Project or Generation Kill.
Generation Kill, yeah. So the one, I think that the fifth episode where they're fighting to get into Al-Qud and the air base. That air base was where we stayed
Oh yeah.
years later, which is pretty funny. Well, this is pretty cool because like that bridge that they're fighting on is Big Dam Bridge.
Like could be lamb, goat, dog, but definitely not beef. Oh yeah.
Beef.
What was
Y'all
that?
see any fucking cows around here? Ain't no cows around here. It's donkey. Y'all eating donkey dick.
There was that one place that we stopped, or someone stopped
Lord
at.
Burger, dude.
Lord Burger.
Lord Burger was the shit. There was a burger place right outside the base, dude.
Yeah,
The
it's like-
Terps used to bring us burgers. They were fire. I don't care what they were. I think they were
Like,
lamb.
what is this? Like, I don't know, but
Don't
it's like-
ask.
I'm not asking any questions.
They
dude.
would come back off mission with fucking, because I was in HQ at the end, so they would come back off mission with fucking
Lord
Lord
Burger.
Burgers. Dude.
Lord,
Yeah.
Lord Burgers.
I would call them Jesus sandwiches.
Fucking- These are the Lord's burgers.
Lord
Enjoy,
Burger.
boys.
No, but he was like the Burger Lord.
The
Not like Lord's Burgers, but it was like, I am Lord Burger. like Burger King. They just
Yeah, I
didn't
remember-
understand the
I remember like our first mission in that market. I remember watching some dude just fucking empty a goat, just right there in the street. I remember just being so blown away by that.
like
I was just like, all right, man, what's going on? Hey, what's he gonna do with that nice goat? Why is he standing over like that? He just, yeah, in the gutter, bro. We were like, I'm like, look at you. I'm like, hey, you guys are okay. No, you guys are cool with this? It's like sticking with blood. I'm like, oh shit, all right, man. Like,
First time I saw that, we had walked into like, so the guy had like the big gate and like the big outdoor patio, and he had like all his meat was laid out. The goat was still sprawled out, but like the meat was laid out across this dusty ass floor, and I'm just like, y'all eat that?
for me,
Like, you hungry? Like, I'm gonna pass. It's 150 degrees outside.
and that meat is on the floor, bro.
Costs more if you don't die every
It is
day.
literally $1.20 out, and that fucking meat is sprawled out in that goddamn fucking
Let me
dirt.
tell you something about
Like
the
just-
food temperature danger zone, sir.
Yeah, right. I think over 50 is a problem. It's 120.
Anything over 41 and under 140 is a huge deal. It's where bacteria multiplies exponentially every 20 minutes after the first hour. There becomes a certain point where you just can't cook it enough.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that meat, I'm not sure if it could be cooked.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I feel, man, those poor animals there, dude. Who's there? Who watched that? Who watched the goat jump off that roof?
Oh fuck!
Who was there for that?
I remember hearing about that, but I don't know.
We were on we were on OP.
I was gonna say it had to be an OP thing. All I got was dogs fucking dogs. That's all we got to see.
And like
I
I've
remember
never seen an animal commit suicide my entire life until I watched that goat just tick, 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 to the side, and like me and Joe, like, we're watching it, just just gone, dude, off the third story. Just whoop, we're like, dude, like, it just committed suicide. We just watched it happen. I got tired of getting butt fucked, dude. I was looking over it.
Yeah, dude, you're fucking tired of this shit.
Right?
She prayed to Lord Burger to make him a fucking
Yeah, right.
It didn't happen. Shit. Aim for the bushes, he says.
Yeah, right. Hope that's your best bet.
Dude, I forgot all about OP, dude. That's
Oh, dude, OP was wild, bro. I remember fucking Lieutenant Alouage would just get off the tank and disappear and like come back.
What?
He'd be like, I was taking a shit in some guy's house, and he just came back with like orange sodas and shit. He's like, here, they gave me some food. Because he smoked fluid Arabic, bro. He would just walk in these fucking people's houses and, you know, gibbity gabbity whoopity to them, and they'd be like, all right. He'd probably just tell them, like, hey, man, fuck the Americans. I'm here to fuck them over. Can I come in and take a shit?
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, dude, we got torpedoes.
Oh yeah, go on, go in.
Like Boom Boom Rockets? Like, wait, you mean the energy drinks or the Boom Boom Rockets? Either one, I don't care. Just don't do it till we're out of here.
dude. Yeah, I remember White Platoon ruined OP for everybody else because who you remember that?
It was, what was his fucking name? The black dude, little black dude, little black E6.
Darn Andrews.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of the day, OP just playing his fucking game. Just what?
Sergeant Major jumped up
Yes,
on
Sergeant.
the thing.
Dude, I was so pissed.
Wasn't Butters was
came
on
back,
that tank,
like,
too?
I roll back out. I was like, for what? It's like they got playing a PlayStation. I was like, what, dude?
The angriest fucking Sergeant Major you'll ever meet in your life caught him playing fucking PlayStation.
Yeah, like, there's like no other sergeant major you wouldn't want to find. You get caught playing in a fucking hatch, just standing over that little ass Leandre, dude. Fucking 4'9",
like,
just fucking terrifying, dude.
Because remember, we got there, we thought we were in 2-3 because we didn't know that, like, they sent us over to Heavy Company. We didn't know that they were attached to 3-3. So all this shit, we thought this was our Sergeant Major Horsley. So we heard all this cool shit about Sergeant Major Horsley. And I remember, I think it was like me, you, and
Wells.
maybe Wells and McGillivray maybe one day walking around. And it was like, I think that's Sergeant Major Leandre right there. And someone was like, who? And it was like, that one. And it's like we seen just some poor private just getting his soul sucked out of him for having his like fucking like his little Velcro was undone or something on his leg pocket. Hey, private, get the fuck out! I'm like, yeah, that's a fucking leader right there, dude. Fucking war zone. We're in a war zone, and these motherfuckers are worried about your Velcro loops. You know, like that was like that in our second deployment, dude. Our Sergeant Major would stand in front of the DFAC and check our uniforms before we went in. If we were dirty, he would turn us around. Talking about 6 p.m., 1800. We just got off mission. We got no time to drop the fucking shit off. We weren't really dropping people off to get to-go plates like we did that first deployment. You know, come back with 16 to-go plates and just meet us at the motor pool. Like, no, we were trying to go eat. And they were fucking kicking people out of the DFAC. Where's your PT belt? Why is your uniform dirty? Like, motherfucker, we just got home. We've been gone for 13 hours.
Were you guys back at Merez for your second deployment?
No, we went to it's called FOB Delta. We were in a different we were in Central.
I think.
Al-Kut.
Yeah.
Al-Kut. And then yeah, dude, we did some travel in that deployment. We were all across that motherfucker, bro. We drove to complete across the country to shoot a gunnery.
Fuck.
It was gay.
Yeah.
Our commander's tank though. I was 6 golf for that shit. That was pretty tight.
That was the biggest waste of a year ever.
Biggest waste of government money ever. I'm actually pretty sure Reggie Allen got in trouble. I heard that he got in trouble for like embezzling government funds because like his chew was 4 chews with the wall knocked down, and he had like a fucking his own bathroom and all this other shit. Dude, that's fucked up. This shit was right at the end of our bays. I remember that. And I second or not. Yeah, all the Sergeant Majors had like the dopest fucking chews.
Yeah, when I went to First ID, like I met as soon as I met my first, he was like, he's like, where'd you come from? I was like, third ACR, first sergeant. He's like, yeah. My best friend used to be is a sergeant major over there. I was like, who? He's like, Sergeant Major Leandre. I was like, oh yeah, that's your best friend. You and I are gonna have a great time.
Yeah, I'm really gonna get along with you. I promise.
Can't wait to get in this relationship.
I was like, you should ask him about the private who put a bottle of piss in the laundry.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, I don't know if you've ever met Private KZ Boughton, but my boy had fun back in the day.
It's not the first time we've talked about that piss bottle on this podcast. That's for sure.
No, wait, time out. It wasn't just one piss bottle, was it not? I'm pretty sure, wasn't it?
Dude, it was one.
Weren't you filling up the protein jugs?
I mean, he was, but
Yeah,
the one snuck into the laundry bag.
Dude, it was one. It was one bottle. I stuck it in a
one liter
pocket.
bottle of piss.
Well, yeah, it was one of those. Yeah,
The big,
But I put it in my
Big,
pocket.
yeah.
I
The
put
big
him.
pallets
I
of free
somehow
water
fit
we
it in my
had
cargo
everywhere.
pocket when we were empty, like cleaning the driver. I was cleaning the driver's hole out, and then I just forgot when I took my pants off, stuffed it in the laundry bag. Next day, like coming back off mission, I was like, "Hey, first sergeant needs to see you." I was like, "Oh fuck, okay, cool." And it was the day I was supposed to get promoted automatically.
Oh yeah.
3. It was like, "Yeah, you're not getting promoted." I'm like, "What for?" It's like,
Shit
What I
happens.
do?
They were pissed, dude.
so I was, yeah, I was supposed to get.
They were
promoted.
really pissed, right? Like they made a big deal about that.
They were
which
mad.
I didn't
They were
think it was that.
I was supposed to get automatically promoted to E3, and they'd knock me all the way down to E1. I was like, okay, this is cool. Okay,
Okay.
I didn't know that. I guess I forgot about that, dude. That's fucked up.
yeah,
I mean, you didn't do
then-
anything wrong. It was just
Yeah, they really did kind of like fucking ream me for that. I didn't. It wasn't really that big.
Well, it's
Yeah, and-
because that company was threatening to like leave.
yeah, it was
fucking
the
base.
it was the locals that got pissed off about it the most.
They were like, "Oh, fucking American pieces of
Yeah,
shit."
they got really offended by you insulted them by leaving pee bottle in there.
You're like, you wrote, "Here,
That's my laundry,
dear
piece
Bill,
of
this
shit."
This
Fucking-
piss
I
is
remember
for you.
you-
Chug up, bitch."
that can't be
One
the
for my
worst thing you
drawers.
guys have seen. That can't be the worst thing you guys have seen in a bag of laundry.
Right.
No, that's not. I agree. No, you're
You
right.
can't
I
tell
mean,
me there's not shit stains in half the underwear that comes through.
That was the irrational private, like, just argue. I was like, that can't be the word. Like, these guys eat shitty food, like, and they're worried about a bottle of piss. It was closed super tight, and I forgot who I forgot who I was complaining to, and they're just like,
That's true, man. There was some sick fucks, dude. I'm pretty sure they found some way worse stuff in that laundry than just a sealed bottle of piss.
That
Yeah.
shit was fucking funny, dude.
Yep.
It's like one of those things you hear, like, "Wait, what happened?"
I tried
Huh?
to,
We don't get laundry.
I tried to erase that memory. Like I went to first ID. I was like I'm never telling that story again. And no shit, 6 months later, Hill came to fucking the same company. And he fucking told the story to fucking everybody.
What the fuck, man? I was
was like,
past that shit.
Like, damn, I guess we're telling everybody about your. Never mind. Everybody told us about your
little incident,
little
little problem we had.
Dude.
Oh man.
Was McCoy your NCO? Was McCoy your NCO then?
It was either him or Brown. It was one of the two.
Sorry, Brown.
Like Brown.
Yep. Run. Yep. That dude's retired too, man.
You what?
Brown just
Yeah, he
retired.
retired not too long ago.
Oh no shit.
And now
Yeah,
he
I
gets
was
to go home and enjoy his 7 kids.
Or some shit. He's got like, yeah.
He's got
You
a
know you can pull
back-
out, right? Jesus.
Brown was an interesting cat, man.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, we're asking like how many deployments you been on? It's like, oh, I got 4 kids, so 4. I was like, okay. right.
Like I don't. What? Wait, what?
Like, oh shit.
That's a weird way to reference that. All right.
Yeah, he's a good dude though.
Yeah, he was pretty good, man. He took care of him pretty well.
I think it's safe to say we had some pretty good NCOs in heavy company, at least for the most part.
I think, yeah, for the most part, yeah. There's
Yeah.
a few shitheads I can
until
think back
the-
to, but
until new
How did-
heavy, I guess.
How did like what and the Army changed drastically for me when I went to first ID, just seeing like a separate unit and just how like what shitty NCOs look like. Like, well, never mind. You did mention it before. Like, I was like, is it like, how is that world in that special operating community for you compared to, I guess, quote unquote regular Army?
So I'll be honest, man. The reason that I ended up leaving is because I didn't, especially in the instructors in the Q course are really salty, man. And I don't like the mentality of a lot of those guys. A lot of these guys, especially the young ones, or ones that had done their time and got pushed back to an instructor position. They're kind of dickheads, man. A lot of them really salty about stuff, really kind of angry about shit that had nothing to do with you. So, like I bumped heads with a lot of the guys, a lot of the GBs. I bumped heads with a lot of them, which is inevitably why I ended up leaving, just because I actually had me and a certain cadre really got into it for a while, and it just ended up bad for me in the end. But I don't know, man. Like I said, the 30CR was an amazing unit. I took it for granted when I left. I really realized how well put together the unit overall was. Plus the leadership, man. Plus the Joes. Everything was really good. The Q course is a whole different animal. It was nothing like. It was you didn't have really leadership. I guess everyone was a leader. You're a student. You only got put into roles during. If you're doing training and stuff. Obviously someone's a leader. Yada yada. But I don't know, man. Because I really didn't like a lot of the mentality of some of the actual GBs in there, and then I ended up getting over to 4ID, and it was just trash, dude. Dude, I've never been to a more demoralizing fucking place in that unit. Just nobody cares. Everyone's stuck there for years, dude. Like no one gets to leave. Everyone's angry and salty. Like they tried doing the combine, so they kind of tried doing what we did in 30CR by combining. They started doing like the combined arms battalion stuff.
Yeah.
That shit don't work, dude. You can't take a light infantry unit and then an armor unit and try to put them together underneath an infantry commander and then try to run it as an organized armor unit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we did
complete trash, dude.
They did that at First ID where I was at. Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, it's not good. The whole leave that shit for the Cav. Like leave that for 30CR, leave it for the Cav. Trying the whole combined arms thing it was terrible. Really bad morale, man. But so I don't know, man. Listen, back to where we're at. Like, leaders 30CR were amazing leaders. You can find some really amazing dudes in the special operation community, obviously, but it's not all of them, to be honest. A lot of those guys, their egos get in their heads a lot of times. They get really kind of pumped up on a lot of stuff. You can find the most amazing dudes you can find are in that community, but some of the shittiest dudes you can find are also in that community.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Especially with a big thing in the GBs also is that you have these kids that go through the X-ray program as privates, and then they go through the course and they come out as fucking E6s.
Holy.
So it's cool for the student and for you, is going through the course. But what happens is you skip the entire part of the military that I think is actually pretty important to a lot of people, like the whole structure part. Learning like when you just become a private, you go from private to a badass. It doesn't leave a lot for you to your ego is fucked.
Yeah.
It's all screwed. You know what I'm saying? Like the private or the process of being a private, I think is very important for you as a soldier.
Yes.
So go through that shit, having to eat the shit, go through it, learning how to take it and drive on, yada, yada. When you have these guys that come from college, 18-year-old, they're studs, they're athletes, yada, yada. They go right to the course, right from private, right to E6, go to school. These guys don't think they can be touched. And a lot of them are fucking real cocksuckers. They're not good dudes. Like they're tactically athletic, or they're tactically sound. They can shoot and do some stuff, but as humans, they're terrible.
Yeah.
Because they never got checked. They never got checked growing up. A lot of these guys slide through the cracks in the Q course too. You see awesome guys in the Q course get shut down. You see these pieces of shit go all the way through, man, to
it's
the
all
end.
About personality too. Like they don't want someone like you, like a hard personality. You're not like when I say a hard personality, it's like someone's like, I'm gonna bump heads because I have a belief system that allows me to do so. It allows me to question things. A lot of times you see like those dudes like, that motherfucker can run, swim, jump, never says no, and just okie dokie, and then he's done. Like they just snuck through, like you said, like
that's what the army
minimum
was about,
snuck through, and then
that's what the army was all about when I left, dude.
Yeah.
Just PT test. That's
all they cared about.
All about, dude.
Well, now it's just paperwork shit. Like there's no real assessment on who the fucking soldier is, as an actual a hands-on leader. PT is important. Also needs to be physically fit, but fitness, a hands-on leader under stress, under pressure kind of leader, you don't get any of that anymore. These guys have no kind of actual stress testing or anything to really make them. It's all on paper. Yeah, you did something. You made it look good on paper. You roll all this shit up, but can any of you actually lead soldiers?
No,
that I didn't see much of that.
Make it look like I can on paper.
I've said it before.
That's what they do.
I said it before, and like with the three of us, just because like I think there was probably like a 3 or 4 month gap between when I got there and y'all got there, but still like we got there. Like I think there's a lot of times where I wish like soldiers of mine like were introduced to the Army the way I was introduced to the Army, just because like
I loved it.
Basic training. I went to Fort Hood within a month. I was downrange and I had no choice but to learn the job.
I remember they were like, well, this is the last class going out, so who wants to go? And I just remember, like, I put my hand up, and I look over, and Croat's like, oh, yeah, your hand's already up, too. And then Melendez. Melendez. I saw Sergeant
Ranger Bat Melendez.
I saw Sergeant Major Pantoa posted a picture with him, like, 2 weeks ago.
They met somewhere.
They were in 3rd ACR. Well, he was Sergeant Pantoa was in Killer Troop. He was just, I actually saw him in Fort Hood after you left. He was... I saw him
when I came back ready to leave,
and I saw him while we were deployed a couple times too. Completely different seeing him, not the drill sergeant.
Not the terrifying drill sergeant.
Man, he was so cool, dude. He was so cool with seeing him outside of that.
That dude hates me, dude.
Yeah, well, yeah. He made me smell your balls, dude.
That fucking dude hates me.
Do you know about that shit?
I remember there was something between you guys, right?
He made me smell his balls.
I guarantee he doesn't remember me, like, but like
he remembers your smell.
But like it was like one of the inserts like during like OSET was like smoking, and the smell seeped into the bay, and so he thought one of us was smoking. So we all towed the line, and I mean he had the genius idea of like smelling everyone's hand, and we had just ran from the DFAC back, and like my first instinct when I sweat and I'm dirty is like I'm scratching my nuts. And like he came up, and like I don't know, because he was brown and we were both the same height, but we just didn't see, we never saw eye to eye, which is it's cool, whatever. He wasn't like he wasn't there to be my best friend. I got that, but he just like he snatched the shit out of my hand, dude. He just went.
Would you like a chocolate covered pretzel?
He just went. Dude, he went. Oh, Private, what the fuck? He's like, what does that smell?
Like,
scratching my nostrils are. He's like, why the fuck didn't you tell me? I was like, I was at the position of attention. It's like, dude.
I don't think there was a better drill sergeant you could have done that to make that awesome of a scenario. Like,
yeah, for the rest of the cycle, he called me fucking Private Smelly Fingers. And I think it was. I mean, I'm Gary. He was a little embarrassed because every time I looked at him, he's like, "Don't fucking look at me, smelly finger."
Yeah, I mean, you literally left your scent in his nose. Like, your balls were in his. Like, he tasted your nuts.
He probably wanted to beat your fucking ass, dude.
You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what. I mean, if you really think about it, I would be fucking pissed too, dude. If you were to go like, "Hey, Billy," and you got a whiff of some other dudes from Munda, like just a full on blast,
like
bro.
I'm gonna be aggressive whiff. Dude.
Yeah, a deep one. Like, I'm gonna be pissed, dude. I'm gonna be pissed, dude.
You know, and of course, you know,
you outside, dude. I'm sorry, we're going out. But at the same time, like, yo, that's your fault.
Yeah, I mean, because
you got a bunch of smelly ass, nasty fucking privates.
Yeah, why would you smell some private fingers?
Fingers.
Like, even if it wasn't your butt, who knows where it would have been? You know what I'm saying? Like, those fingers would fucking, who knows, dude? Like, so that was, he kind of set himself up for that one either way.
And of course, like, you know, for the rest of the cycle, everyone's, you know, because everyone knew at that point in the cycle, like, yeah, he's Golden Glove boxer, badass. Like, he's gonna come in here and just like piece you up while you're sleeping, dude. Like, fuck, yeah. But dude, I didn't sleep for shit from that moment till graduation. And like when he shook my hand on graduate, it was the quickest. I was like, congrats. I was like, oh, right.
Put a glove on real fast. He's like, there you go. All right, go, damn it.
That would have been fucking perfect, dude. Oh man, we should get him on the show.
Yeah, right.
I'll be AWOL for that.
That'd
shit.
be like the equivalent.
Yeah,
of our old platoon sergeant on the show. Where you'd be like, yeah, you get that motherfucker on here. If I can't, I don't know. It's just one. Toxic leadership. It leaves a sour taste in your mouth.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, dude, that's crazy. I love these little stories too. That shit crazy.
Right.
Like, no matter how many times I hear that story, dude, it's still my favorite. Because I wish I could have been there. I wish I could have seen him.
Well, I don't know if
I knew that earlier. That's good.
I don't know if I told I don't know if I had told that story when when Turner saw him at like we were some like regimental like formation. And he was and you were like oh, Joe Pinto, come here. Like, shut the fuck up, don't bring him over here. And I don't know if I told you the story yet, but I was like I don't want to fucking talk to that dude. He fucking came over like you and him are all like this, and I'm like, don't fucking do that.
Which is funny, dude. He smoked the shit out of me one night for calling this platoon a bunch of fat chicks. Remember, you always used to come up and be like, "Who run this house?" Like, I don't know, dude. I just had that shit one night, dude. And I was like, "Who sucks? Who sucks that dick? Fat chicks or something, dude?" He's like, "Who fucking said that?" And my whole platoon was just like,
"Fuck that, dude." Was that
damn? So I went down and was getting smoked on your floor for like a whole day. I remember he was on CQ, and I finally just went up to him and was like, drill sergeant, I'm done. He was like, "What?" "Yeah, I'm done doing this shit. I'm done. I'm not doing it no more." Like, do what you gotta do. And he was like, "Go into each one of your bays and tell them that bad boys run this house." So I was like, "Fuck it, dude. None of them motherfuckers came down here. Like, let's go run that shit." One in each room, like, "Yo, bad boys run this house. Good night. Bad boys run this house. Good night." And I got into my thing, and then they're all like, "Boy, you fucking sell out." And I was like, "Fuck all of you. Like, for real." It's supposed to be a platoon thing. I'm like, dude, their platoon was in our fucking shit challenging us. I'm the only one out of 100 people to say anything.
I think I remember this.
And it's fuck me? Like, y'all are pussies, dude. And I started coming down to hang out down there when I had free time. I was just like, "Where's Chad? Where's Croat? My boys Croat and Mac."
Fuck these dudes.
Oh, Mac.
Dude.
There's always that one, you know, you start talking, you're having a good time, and then you're like, "Oh," and then you're like, "Fuck, dude. Like, that one's not there anymore." It's a very harsh reality. How quick a fun conversation can go to like, "Oh shit."
Oh yeah. Were you thinking about someone I was thinking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy Lockcock, dude.
Old fucking Jimbo.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
that dude would fucking that dude would get any tattoo that you wanted him to as long as you paid for it. Like, no shit. Dude had so many dudes' names tattooed on him. I remember he had like Mook and Bug on like his ribs or something. He's like, "My boys Mook and Bug." They were like, "Yo," they went in on it, and then he had his boys Chase's initials on his nipples.
Dude, James McGillivray was a fucking wildcat, man.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is I didn't even realize it when I was like, he lived in where I was living in Thornton. He was from Thornton.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it's he fucking he's from up here, man.
That's why I was like, when he passed, I was like, I want to go to his thing, but I'm like, I didn't know. I was like, I hit you up. I'm like, "You want to go?" Like, nah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It was a tough one. I wasn't trying to go alone. But yeah.
Yeah, that one was pretty hard, man.
It still is.
You know, because I'd talked to him a few days prior. And I don't know, man. You know, you just don't see that shit coming sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, and dude, that's why we started this shit. You know, that's probably why you started that, to want to have that space in your gym. You know, just, you know, let everyone know, like, you're not alone. Like, we're all here. We've all been through it. We don't want to lose any fucking buddy else.
No.
And, you know, I think.
Yeah, and you know, if that's like the biggest thing we get out of this, dude, that's huge to me, man. Because honestly, cumulatively, we've probably lost fucking, I can't even count how many dudes, you know, together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even here, man, just, and the fucked up thing, man, it's not even combat, you know,
right?
More dudes themselves in the combat, you know. So
yeah, it's wild to think.
Yeah. So we gotta keep them boys' morale up, man. Keep the boys fucking know they got somewhere to go, someone to talk to.
Hell yeah.
Keep the beacon shining bright.
For sure.
Keep the bat signal up. Well, fuck, dude, we didn't had fucking a 2-hour show. That's one of our longest show. Well, since Barton's first show.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, dude, I'd say that's close to a wrap, man. I would just say we normally like to ask people that we have on, like, if you got like that one thing, like that one piece of advice for the transitioning soldier looking to find purpose, or just looking to kind of just fucking like get out of trouble or get out of that funk that they might find themselves in. Like, what is that from you?
Yeah, man. So like I said, this is coming from someone who's been in a lot of trouble. I've been on the darkest side of, you know, getting out, man, and you know how shit can be, and I know where it can go on many levels. So the best thing, man, like I said, you are important to somebody. Like you have to continue on, man. You can't quit. You know, you've already you did the whole thing. You're a warrior. You went to the military. You did your time, man. You got out. You don't quit afterwards, man. You got to keep going. Keep that head up. There's people that depend on you. There's other soldiers out there to look to you. You know, for like I said, the guiding light we're talking about here. Be a positive, you know, source for somebody. Somebody can probably pick up on, you know, could use that help that you could be that person for. So can't stop. Always keep going. Keep driving. You have a purpose, you know, and that purpose will be utilized at some point. You got to find that time.
Hell yeah.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
If you're in the Colorado Springs area, fucking go see if he's on that real, if he's for real or not, man. He's there. Look, he's sitting in the office right now. So, yeah, go check him out. Apex Animal House. That's our brother. So let him know that you heard him here. He'll take care of you. He'll take care of you either way.
Gotcha.
But yeah. So, dude, I fucking really appreciate you coming on. I know you probably didn't know what to expect until you got on because you probably haven't heard much of the show yet. But it seems like, you know, it seems like just we always seem to have the right people come on at the right times, you know, just to
yeah,
there's more people out here shining that light. And our way is this podcast, your way is your gym. I mean, fuck, we want more people to come on and tell us their way. How do you come on and how do you fucking, you know, how do you find ways to serve the veterans or the community in general? So yeah, looking forward to talk more about that. Turned out to be another amazing episode. Yeah, I was just actually going to say that. Thank you guys so much for listening. Our two constant commenters here. Yeah, man, this was a fucking great show. I appreciate it. Casey, you got anything?
No. If anyone wants to reach out, veteranchatproject@gmail.com. We're on all the social media sites, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, because we're cool, like the rest of the cool kids. But yeah, reach out to us, veteranchatproject@gmail.com. As always, remember, you're not alone. If you want me to prove it to you, hit the link or send us an email. I will send you an invite. Come on, have a chat. I'll prove it to you. You're not alone. We all have scars, and I guarantee you we all navigate them somewhat the same way. So yeah, hit us up. You're not alone. Love you all, and don't forget. Thanks for putting that up. You know, just
Yeah, you were.
I hate to, you know, I don't like pushing that stuff out there, like links and like I don't like navigating people to other people who are just gonna just give you to like I don't like handing off problems to other people, but like what one organization I do like is StopVeteransSuicide.org. You know, that's a great organization. They'll hook you up with at least like 3,000 like they have 3,000 organizations within that organization to help you guys out if you're on that path. I've been on that path. That stuff helps. Talking is great therapy. StopVeteransSuicide.org is a great outlet to talk to somebody. So yeah, you're not alone. That's all I got.
Don't forget also, as I said last week, if you're ever in a non-emergency situation and you just want someone to talk to, chat, whatever, this is my phone number, 701-964-1718. It's a business number, so I'm not always on it. So like I said, if it is an emergency, I would suggest you calling the emergency line. But if you're just looking for someone to kind of be in chat with or whatever, text, dude, I'm always around. So you're not alone. We love you guys. Have a good week. We'll see y'all Thursday night.